And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone that is hopefully listening, watching us, or maybe tuning in later on. This is Power Up Show, the one place where you will be able to come in and check our latest news regarding the video game industry and the other mediums of entertainment. And tonight, of course, we know that we have one special event. A special event that went roughly around 11 a.m. my time zone, the time where I have to be working. So to be able to watch it all together, we decided to shut off all of our Facebooks, shut off all of our YouTubes, and shut off pretty much all of our media so that we could watch this live reaction for GamesCon 2024 live. Well, not live anymore from Germany. And tonight we have some special people in the line. First off on the line, we have just below, right here, we have none other that the one and only, the LA bound but now Mexico residing for the moment, Retro Richard. Rich, always a pleasure. I can listen to you. Nope.
Goodness, I'm so sorry. I
There
was
you
trying
go.
to keep everything quiet so you could talk.
Oh
Good
yeah.
morning, afternoon, evening. So happy to be here. Thank you so much, Mele.
Hey, that smell. That smell make it easy for everyone.
Oh,
Yeah, short story. In my hometown, they call me Melee with an extra e, but it's a little bit harder. So let's just go by Mel. And just below Rich, we have an old timer from the old Power Up show from the times of Justin TV and the beginning times of Twitch. We used to have this program back in Mexico, and it was very fun times. And 90 was one of the main people that would help us to do everything. So 90, welcome. It's always a pleasure to have you on the channel. And hey, it's old school Power Up now. This is a celebration.
Hi, Mel. Thank you for having me. It's been that long, huh?
Oh yeah, roughly like what,
Mm.
like 20 years, 15 years, something like
Nah.
that. So, today what we're going to do is pretty much as we said before, we're going to be watching the GamesCon event. We do have a couple of rules since we realized that there's the pre-show for the GamesCon, and of course we don't want to take that much time because it's quite long. If we can see the timestamp there, it's just 28, pretty much 30 minutes in, so that means that we're looking at 2 hours of pre-show and show, and we want to jump into the show. However, we know that during the pre-show sometimes they show some extra stuff that we're not going to see on the actual event. So let's get into it. We will just look, we will go straight into the trailers. There's someone speaking on the background and everything, but we'll just go straight into the trailers. If it's something that it's already known, already seen, some old trailers, we'll just jump into the next. If there's something new or something that any one of us wants to watch, then we'll take the time to look at it, and we'll jump as soon as possible into the main show. So on with it. First of all, anyone else wants to say something regarding all this?
I can't wait to travel through time with you, Mel.
Travel back to time to a few hours earlier.
Oh my god. A few hours
Well,
earlier,
I'm on a
then.
DeLorean at 88 miles per hour.
Perfect. Let's get on with it then. Do let me know if you see it in the screen. Let's put some. We're gonna have some Balaman, and let's go forward into the first.
Trailers and building anticipation in these final few moments leading up to the big show itself. Weird thing about the
there
bunch
we
of
go.
them are brand.
There's the cat. There's this guy. Here we go. So Dave the Diver. I think everyone has seen this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then Dave the Diver. We know of it. I haven't tried it myself. Oh, this is one.
Baloto? Uh-oh.
Oh.
There
There
you
is
go,
something
90.
new.
This is something for you.
Oh, damn. What is this?
What's going on?
I don't know. Oh, so they're just mixing the IPs? Yeah, I guess
I
so.
think we travel through time too fast, Mel.
Yeah, so they're
It's
Just
just
joining
like
us here at the pre-show.
yeah, so
You're
they're
still
adding
relatively
Balatro
early.
and
You only missed one
the
trailer
potion
so
crafting
far.
games
And our
into
next one
Dave the
is for
Diver
a
in some
brand
way
new
or
game
form.
in a storied
So I guess this
franchise,
we can
well
watch
known for
later
the
on.
depiction of
I think we can look a
long-distance
little bit into
relationships.
this later on and understand what's going on. Oh, Nazis. Oh, I believe this is
Indiana Jones. Oh no, Sniper.
No. This is
1944.
Oh, this is gonna be the sniper game.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what it looks like, right?
Sniper 5, 6. I don't know which number
I
is it
don't
right now.
know, to be honest. They're good games for sure.
Of a secret weapon
But,
so
wow.
useless, so severe.
I thought it was Indiana Jones for sure.
Yeah, no, we'll probably see anything of that within the show.
I
But
hope
yeah,
so.
I think this is the sniper game. Okay, so let's
Sniper
move-
Elite, right?
Yeah,
Sniper Elite, I think.
Sniper
is the
Elite.
name.
Yeah, you're totally right, and you're elite there. Let's move a little bit further on this.
Welcome back to the big game.
Okay, this is something I do not recognize.
No, I can't. This one I don't have a clue.
90? Any
New
clue?
IP?
No clue.
This might be a new IP. I kind of felt like the what? Wait a second. Don't tell me there's gonna be some other form of Five Nights at Freddy.
Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it kind of feels like it. Although this is like a hotel and not the actual, game room kind of thing. Who knows?
You mean Chicken Cheeses?
Yeah. Oh, Chuck E. Cheese. Back in time again. God, this is going to be the retro night. So, what?
That is amazing. Okay. Wow. That looks hilarious.
Oh, it's going to be a
man.
full player co-op. Fabio. Oh my
Fabio.
God. With the hair.
I don't know why it reminds me of Star Fox. I think it's the frog. Slippy,
Yeah.
right? Is it the name?
Yeah, well, there is the Slippy the Frog, and there's also the bunny, right? So,
The bunny. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's his name? Oh, I forgot the name.
Peppy.
Peppy.
Okay, so kind of a horror Begone Beast. Okay, early access. Okay, so it's gonna take a while before it actually goes
So,
Trust me on
like
this.
fully live.
so an over-the-top
You're about this point
action.
in your life as a kid.
4? Was it 4 or 5
Couldn't
player
wait to
co-op? I'm
leave
guessing
this
it's
town
4, right?
behind.
I guess in
But what's
4.
that saying?
Okay,
Bad
saber
plans
and
God
focus.
laughs.
I like this
Yeah, he must
combination
have had a good
already,
one on my
and you know why.
When the water
So I know
receded,
Saber,
it
why
carried away
Focus?
everything we
Well,
ever had.
Focus is the
It
publisher,
also
and the
gave
Saber
me a
usually
reason
Oh,
goes
to
through
stay.
Focus. But of course,
Okay.
Saber right now is
We
my
can't stop what's coming.
main guy. Well, the main
Is
studio
that
for
we
Game of the Year,
rebuild.
on my perspective, of course.
Game of the year.
Well, yeah, on my perspective, of course. And
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
talk-
no, I know.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the other game from Saber. Oh, I know what this is. This is one of those mud runners, I think. Yeah, this is one of those mud runners. Anyone interested in mud runners?
Nope.
Mm,
Mighty?
not particularly, no.
Okay, then let's jump it. But yeah, this is going to be a mud runner game.
Here, with our luck.
Roadcraft.
Oh, there you go, Roadcraft. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, with our luck, you're gonna forward, and it's a new Forza.
Yeah. Nico de Rico,
What?
the magical what?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I do not know about this.
I don't know who David Weiss is either, so
Me
it
either.
looks cute. Oh wait, 2D and 3D?
Well, 2.5D?
No, but they had a scene that was 3D, and now it's
was it?
almost fully 2D. Well, you know,
Ha.
2.5.
Kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong,
Yeah,
Country.
Donkey Kong Country.
like old school kind of 2D. But yeah, it also has like 3D stuff. Oh, and now it's
Yeah, there it is.
okay.
There
So
it
they
is.
have like different
Maybe like
ways of-
limited 3D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks cute.
Yeah, sure. It has a lot of Donkey Kong Country vibes to be, and Oh, what's the name? What's the PlayStation mascot that used to be a PlayStation mascot?
That was the Terminator thing.
The Hound of War
PlayStation
chases
mascot.
the scent,
Banjo, you mean?
oblivious
No.
of the master's leash.
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, Crash. Crash. That's some Crash.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot.
Beyond the
Crash
magic
Bandicoot.
blade.
Yeah. What's this?
Do not take free will for granted.
Do not take
Which is
free
now
will for
technically a
granted.
Microsoft mascot.
I did.
Oh, okay. No tread. This is the Italian Souls, as they call it.
Oh, I don't think I've seen this.
Oh,
Or I forgot about it.
Then let's keep it in. This is pretty much like a sort of a Dark Souls kind of thing, or Demon Souls, Dark Souls, whichever. But it has like a lot of Italian vibe to it, starting from the music. And you pretty much you kill guys and you get like their sort of fighting stance or whichever, so you can have different fighting stance at the same time. So let's say that you absorb a warrior and you absorb a priest, so now you can fight as a
Kinda like
warrior
Neo.
and then change. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, sort of. But it's so like supposedly it's seamless, right? So it just goes from one to the other with the press of a button.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about it.
And tails worn as medals.
I mean, I just... FromSoft is so good at making Souls games that when somebody else does it, I'm like, eh, should I wait?
Have you come to try the stone?
But it looks interesting.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Fate is sealed.
I guess you have to bring something new to the table with so many other, like,
Souls-like?
games that are already... Yeah, like,
Ends.
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Who's the studio who's making this? Does it say?
I'm trying to check.
I can't tell.
Yama Games. J Yama Games.
We all
No
agree
clue.
that this to make
No
you,
clue.
Here they are. Dune Awakening.
Okay, this is like a personal list. Let's go beyond
Ms.
this.
Garcia, the little
Oh, I saw Indiana Jones there.
a few weeks big, and
Yeah,
then
but
Oh,
it's
wait.
like his
That
list.
that looks like Bloodborne, but I know it isn't.
GamesCon
No,
coming
it's
up. And that makes me curious.
what's it called?
I don't even know what this is.
Well,
Number four
it
reason to
looks
look forward to
looks
GamesCom
like,
opening night live 2024. Just to be clear,
Layers of
we
Fear,
still
but I'm
have
not sure.
Civilizations Center Wild King. Reason to look. It is.
Let's move
There's still.
forward.
Here's a brand.
Okay. Oh, I think I know this. This is the one where you can climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name, but it's pretty much like a climbing game. Yeah, just like so.
Something about the summit, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
This
you're
looks
right.
interesting.
I mean,
It looks pretty.
yeah. I mean, graphic-wise, it looks nice. I don't know how much more stuff you can do, whether that just climb, right? So who knows?
Well, I mean, Death Stranding did. Well, it wasn't climbing, but it was traveling.
Yeah.
Get to one point to the other.
The UPS simulator.
You get the UPS simulator, yeah. Going for a sequel now.
It doesn't
Yeah,
look so
going for a
bad,
sequel.
does it?
Cairn. Okay.
I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean, cel-shaded games, when done well, they can be timeless. So
Mm-hmm.
it definitely catches my eye. But I don't know if it's something I would actually put money down, especially with games costing $70.
5 days.
Oh, for sale.
6.
Hmm.
I need to get up.
90. I want to
No
know
matter how
your
much I
opinion
sleep,
on
I
this because
still
it said,
feel tired.
what does it say? Like a
Maybe
farm,
it's because the nights here feel
nightmare
unsettling.
horror farming simulator. What the hell?
Oh, I'm into it.
I mean, you like horror games and you like farming games, so
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
right up
I
my
need to
alley.
talk to another human being.
tell us about this. What are you looking at
Psychological
here?
horror and farming.
I've decided that this
I don't see a lot of
abandoned
farming
farm
going
will be
on.
the place where I die.
True.
Ooh, wow.
Tell
It's a
them
fixer-upper.
That leaves me with
It's a
one
fix.
pressing question. How do I feel that
That's all anybody can afford now.
There's always a lot to do on a farm, and it's good to keep busy. It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what? I am into it.
Oh, wow.
I am
Oh,
into it.
I'm not
Holy
I'm
cow.
not into farming simulator, but this one really caught my eye. It has a little bit of everything. It gave me some Resident Evil 7
Recently,
vibes
I had the
Yeah.
opportunity to talk to.
Yeah, this is
from
like a
Dust.
Venn diagram of two things that I really like.
Yeah.
So
Part of that
I'll definitely put it in my radar. What's the name?
difficult
We harvest shadows. Take a note on it because we will have to go. You will have to cover this for the show.
There's like Eagle Eye Faith.
and
That looks amazing. That is a game that I would have not thought I would be interested in until I saw that. That looks awesome. Is that on a port now?
Yeah, kind of. You know, I'm not into farming games much. However, I've been invested on survival games recently. So yeah, it looks like something I will probably also check. Has a good combination. And definitely, like you said, up your alley, 90.
Now, what is this? This seems like another horror
Horror.
game.
True horror often
It gives me some
doesn't
Until Dawn
what one
vibes, but I don't
expect
think
or
it's the Until Dawn remake that was announced a while ago.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be more of the
real horror.
of the same company. Or what they called it? What did they call it? Like the game collection for the ones that from Until Dawn?
Oh, I know the anthology, but I forget the name.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the anthology, but I know there's gonna be more of those. But
Oh, I thought it was only gonna be 3, so they're making more. Wait, were they? Is this happening like in 2 or 3 different time periods?
And this looks like Alien. I mean the lettering.
Ayla.
Ayla. No, and it's a VR game
Oh.
for the guy. Okay.
I wonder if it's an actual VR game though.
Okay, it looks interesting.
Theme.
But it kind of felt like
Next up is a
Assassin's
trailer
Creed, where
that
you know
works better if I
everything
don't
is
even
just
set it up.
VR.
So here's a good
Who knows?
trailer to watch.
No, let's see.
Stuck on
What's
a
that?
planet with nowhere to put
Juiciest burgers in the galaxy.
Wait, are they having ads within GamesCon, or is this no,
No,
right?
this is a
has to
game.
be.
Yeah, this is a game.
Greetings, brave explorer.
Huh.
We here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture, the colonization of space.
I'm gonna bring the volume up on
Almost
this
a
one
century
now.
hurtling through the universe in
Do you want me
cryosleep,
to put
ready to
is the
begin
volume
your
too
work
small
on this
too
strange
low?
alien planet.
Yeah, just to hear what they're
Unfortunately,
saying.
changing market
There you
conditions
go.
have led us to
There
the
you go.
realization that
Okay.
space exploration
Yeah.
is far too costly and unpredictable, and Alta has decided to cancel all future plans in space.
Ding
I
dong.
regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been sent. We thank you for your service, and we hope you eventually find a way home. Good luck.
Alright.
This is interesting. It's co-op. We're back for number 2.
Player on the co-op cosplay. Split screen, no URL, no. Oh, Revenge of the Savage Planet. I know there's Return to the Savage Planet or something like that in Game Pass, I think. But this is the new one.
I didn't even know the other one existed, or I forgot about it. I like the way that it says
Next up, we've
single
got
player
Enzor, which
and
is a new
online
life setting
co-op.
game.
In
It's
the
like
old
The
days, it would just say
Sims, but
co-op, and it wouldn't tell you if it was, you know,
If you
co-
are interested
couch
in getting
co-op
ahead
or
and start
online
on
co-op.
creating your characters,
At least this one that differentiates, so you know what you're getting. You're gonna play co-op, it has to be online.
Craft on. From that studio that saved, well, not studio, but that publisher that saved. What game did they save recently? Tango. And,
Oh, yes,
and
yes,
Hi-Fi. Hi-Fi Rush. So what is it like The Sims?
It looks, I was gonna say it's either The Sims or like a very lighthearted Grand Theft Auto. You know, with the first trailers of Grand Theft Auto, there's no gameplay, it's just this. It has to be The Sims, right? Or something very similar.
Maybe a competition.
Yeah.
Insoi.
Well, definitely the competition. Tribe 9. Ooh.
Okay. The music kind of sounds like something that you heard in that we hear in Persona or something like that.
Persona. I can't hear it, but it definitely has Persona vibes. There it is. Yeah. It does have Persona vibes. I don't know if who made this game, who's publishing it. Atlas, maybe?
No, I don't think so. It looks like someone emulating Persona.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Huh. And co-op, of course. Well, maybe, or just 3 characters.
Yeah, I don't think they said anything about co-op. I'm guessing it's gonna be single player.
Yeah, looks like it.
But this has to be an RPG, right?
I'm guessing 5-9. Okay. Oh,
it's gonna be a mobile game.
2024 pre-show,
Mostly a
where
mobile
we are
game, I
getting
should
people
say.
excited for a big and next.
The joy of it, the freedom of it.
What's this?
To just take your life in your hands and.
Oh, I've seen her somewhere.
That's in us all, isn't it?
Either in another game or in a movie, but she's an actress.
Oh, horror game. Oh, it has like a Dead Space vibes, or maybe a DLC for Callisto Protocol.
Isn't that the actress from Miss Marvel? The one that plays the Miss Marvel best friend?
Oh. Yeah, I think you're
Was
right.
it Captain Marvel, right?
Captain Marvel,
not Miss Marvel.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, so definitely Dead Space kind of thing.
Yeah, it has the
Directive 80/20.
spacious.
Oh, Dark
This might be
Pictures
hard
game,
for you
Dark
to believe,
Pictures.
but we have just
That's
Dark
those are
Pictures.
the
left in this
yeah, those
pre-show.
are the games that I was talking
You
about
might remember
earlier.
back at
Dark
Summer
Pictures.
Game Fest, Capcom
Oh,
announced that
okay,
Terry
but those are
Bogard
not
will be joining
super massive
season
then.
2 of Street Fighter
I'm not
6.
sure.
Those are the guys.
Then,
Those are the
last
guys
month at
from.
EVO,
They're making the
we all
movies.
got
What are
to
they
see
called?
his in-game
They're
character
making a bunch of
models.
horror movies.
But
Blue
tonight,
House?
Now,
No.
Yes,
No.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
I'm not sure.
Terry's about
Because they're
to
making
power
Bloomhouse
down all
is making a
doubts.
bunch of horror
Here
games
is
too.
the Street
Yeah, no,
Fighter
but Dark
6
Pictures is
Terry
an
Bogard
anthology.
gameplay
It's not
review.
a.
Okay, so I'm getting confused. Okay.
Oh, this is mine. This is all mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, nice. They have the Garo custom. Okay, I'm going back to Street Fighter 6. That's it.
It looks amazing. Do you have the DLC pass?
Yeah, already have it. But yeah, now this just confirms I'm definitely going back to. Nice. Okay, I'm convinced. I was a little bit afraid that the
Good
gameplay for
stuff,
Terry would be a little
and
bit different.
That's it for the pre-show. Gamescom
But it
opening
looks
night
pretty
live
cool.
2024 is now officially
It
just
looks
seconds
awesome.
away.
It looks solid.
Thank you for
Yeah.
hanging out with me here and Mucho.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it for the pre-show.
Yep.
Wow,
Okay.
that's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go through the pre-show, because sometimes you see stuff. But I think the one that wins over this one is the game that Knight is going to be playing for a long time to come.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm
Jeff.
excited for that.
I wanted to do a bingo card for this Gamescom, but I just didn't have a chance.
Oh.
We'll see.
My proposal is, let's prepare and get ready to get to
Gamescom!
Germany next year?
well, not to Gamescom because that's in Germany, but maybe go to the Game Awards.
Cologne, Germany, and we have our
Oh, okay, in
biggest
LA.
live audience of fans ever here at Col Messe.
We'll
Over
put a studio in my house.
5,000 people together as a community to celebrate our love of games. And of course, millions of you watching online around the world, welcome. We have gathered for the grand kickoff to GamesCon, the world's biggest in-person video game event. And this is our 6th opening night live. Now tonight, for the first time, we have a live sign language stream of ONL to make the show even more accessible. Thank you to Kaborski, who's signing the show right now. Thank you, Kaborski.
So they're definitely going into the accessibility options and stuff. You know, it's interesting because a lot of people might say whatever about Jeff Kigley and his shows, but I do see a little bit of evolution between show and show, you know?
You're going to see world premieres from studios big and small, including, yes, some new game announcements you're not expecting, and some surprises, so get ready. From Monster Hunter to Indiana Jones, Dune to Civilization, Call of Duty to Marvel Rivals, the most anticipated games will be on stage tonight because they wanted to be here with you guys at Gamescom, and I am so honored and grateful to have the opportunity to present these games to you.
I'm gonna put the same rule. If we see a existing trailer, I mean, I'm almost positive there's not gonna be the same trailers as before, but he has mentioned like 6 games that we all know they're coming, right? We've all seen trailers.
First world premiere, a brand new game announcement. This one hasn't leaked, and it's exclusive right here at ONL.
Not leaked.
Now we have to wave the button. Not leaked. Oh, not actual gameplay. 2K.
Oh, 2K. What could this be?
Oh, it's very hard to think about. Oh, Gearbox. Oh my god.
Gearbox software.
Yeah, and there's a Phoenix.
Of course.
Of course, there's a Phoenix.
This is a bold choice as a world premiere opener for the show, considering the movie criticism. This is a bold choice to start the show with.
My guess is was all planned and agreed on before the release of the movie.
Maybe this is damage control, you know?
No, I don't think this is like, I bet you Jeff and Keighley was like sweating. It's like, oh my god, I agreed, we already got paid, and now we have to start with this.
What are we doing? There we go. Yeah, of course.
And that's it, I bet you.
That's it. Yeah. This is whatchamacallit? This is Final Fantasy VII. This is Metroid Prime 4.
Year.
No, next year.
No, that's next year, man. That's
yeah,
but
there's nothing about it yet.
In 2025. Next up, October 25th, marks
Unless
the release
they,
of Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Does Gearbox delay their games
at
often? I don't think so, right? They're not big on delaying.
John Zuck and
I don't think so.
I don't think they delayed last one.
Nah, me neither. So I think this is, wow, that's pretty big. I mean,
that's bold. I would say.
I know, but I was expecting like 2027 or something like that, to be honest.
26 at least.
Where players question everything.
Yeah, at least, but I was expecting 7, to be honest, when I saw that.
An all-new campaign with 16 new multiplayer maps, with a return of classic prestige and theater mode, and 2 brand new zombies experiences on day 1.
You know,
remember when they released a Call of Duty with no campaign? That was going to be supposedly the next big thing.
Call of Duty Next event on August 28th. And
I think
starting
it was
on August
Black Ops
30th,
4,
you'll be able to join the MP open beta.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but they also did the Warzone, right? So.
But today,
yeah, that was the new thing.
Representing the Raven team, who's leading the campaign in partnership with Treyarch.
Oh wait, what?
The Black Ops 6 campaign is set in the early 90s.
But they said the Raven team is actually working with Treyarch, so this is the first like
comes to an end.
Studio co-op.
You're joined by legendary.
No, it happened in the past when.
And Russell Adler,
I can't remember which Call of Duty.
Together with new allies Troy Marshall and Jane Harrow.
I can't remember. I forgot. I used to be a little bit more in tune on Call of Duty and their
mind-bending conspiracy.
Studios.
In the mission we're about to show you, our rogue team has targeted a senator attending a political fundraiser in order to gain access to a top-secret black site underneath Washington, D.C.
This is most
I think there's something up with your cameras, guys.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, they're not showing on the stream.
So we're gonna
Oh,
show
really?
up to this fundraiser.
Yeah.
Get what
Good thing that we're just.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, then I guess we're gonna have to do this.
we need
there
from
it
the
is.
senator.
Oh,
Then grab Adler from the
blinking.
black site
Not
before
anymore?
anyone
There we go.
knows what's happened.
There we go. No? Yeah. What the hell?
Camera actually works.
Oh, then gone.
Even myself.
Let's just hope Sev
They-
and Case can get the
Can
revenue
you see
scan.
them now?
Yes.
Yeah, they're there.
Senator's
All right.
on stage now. Use your camera to get a better look. The senator
Okay,
isn't
good.
giving interviews tonight, and he doesn't go
Okay, let's
anywhere.
Oh, but now we're
close
not
to
seeing the
safety.
video.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I've marked a few leads that could help get you close enough to do the retinal scan.
There.
Take your
All right, maybe just show the video then, and for now we'll have.
Let's see. There we go.
There we go.
It's
No.
OBS is a little bit sensitive on how
Black men
what
in
you
the
have to be
Senate with
looking
sex
at the
tapes.
screen
Can't beat the
to be able to see it on the stream. So I'll have to figure
I've
something
cleaned
out
up
then.
another of your
But
messes.
right now it's working. That's what's important. Thank you, Nighty.
Head of security for All Dream Energy.
Grisham might be our way to McKenna.
So now, I mean, it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I'll try it. But it's been a good long time since I played a Call of Duty campaign, and I did used to buy the games just for the campaigns and not the multiplayer. So hey.
How long ago?
Oh god, I didn't know there was a Black Ops 5 or 4. Jesus, it's been a while.
You, Nighty, did you play or do you still play Call of Duty?
Never.
Never? Not even campaign? Nothing? Nothing.
Nothing.
Please help. Wow, you're very unique. I mean, at least some people will be like, oh, I played it back in the 360 because it was like Call of Duty 4, the big game back then. But or when Modern Warfare come out, or Warfare.
Well, I was a very broke person back then, so I never really got to have any of like all of that generation of consoles. I just played by proxy, by being on this show with Mel and the rest of the team.
Oh crap!
So
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
didn't really get. Yeah, I took a huge leap.
So what were you playing then in the 360 days?
Then 360 days.
We're here to help.
Guess Woods got my message.
I think I just
The old
played on
man
my
says you're
old
worth it.
consoles, like the
Better be right.
SNES,
Sev, we got
and
the
like
problem.
my
Gotcha.
old first Xbox. I didn't even have like a decent computer to game on.
Great.
Well, I still don't have a decent
good to go.
computer, so don't worry about that.
Am now.
So you had the Super NES, the SNES, and the OG Xbox, the original one.
Yeah, just kept myself entertained with old games.
I mean, those are two great consoles. Can definitely.
There's a lot of
Stay
good games
entertained.
on that zone, definitely.
Yeah. And a lot of things were new back then. So were you? Did you play? Do you like first-person shooters?
I do.
But
And I've had a very interesting relationship with them as well because I was part of a Quake 3 clan a long time ago and I played on keyboard and mouse.
How's that feel?
So I did miss out on a lot of shooters for consoles.
You two first.
I could not
Gotcha.
get.
I'll give
Yeah,
you a
it's been in recent years
You
that I've
first,
gotten used to using a controller for shooters.
See, I'm the other way around. I missed a lot of the PC first-person shooters because I started late. I think the first person, like truly first-person shooter,
Easier coming down.
was
Here.
Perfect Dark, and that's not. I wouldn't even consider that a first-person shooter because it's the very early days on the N64.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
that.
probably the first one was Halo, but I played it. I played it on the 360 through as a backwards compatible game. So what I did, I got the Halo 1 and 2 right before 3 came out.
I got you.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Man, you're heavier than you look.
I mean, I'm the other way around. I used to play a lot of keyboard and mouse first-person shooters,
Same as plan A.
and then all of a sudden I just changed to for the controller, and now I'm a pariah because I rather the controller than the mouse and keyboard.
Now?
I'm a
go
lazy
ahead,
ass.
Heidi, go ahead.
What can I guess? What can I say? I'm lazy.
It is a lot more comfortable. Like it took me a while, but now I really prefer to play. I also like we were actually discussing this yesterday. The what's it called? The haptics in the control, like the vibrations and everything, like when the shooting and the explosions and everything. Like you do get used to it and then you miss it.
Yeah,
when you're playing
that's
with
so
the
funny.
keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, that's true.
So what consoles do you have right now, Heidi? When you mentioned the haptics feedback, yeah, which console were you thinking about?
None.
Oh, your PC, on your PC,
Yeah.
just using
Yeah,
okay, a gamepad
Yeah,
that has. Okay.
the main house console is a Switch right now.
Same here. Yeah, I used to have a PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and of course the Switch, which was actually a gift. So, Pedro, if you're looking at us right now, thank you for the gift. That was awesome. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, hugs and kisses. XOXOs.
Pedro, the real G.
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna tell you why he's the real G. You know, my birthday was pretty much like a month ago, and he was one day like, hey, you know, I want to go and grab some burgers and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, sure, you know, because it's been a while since I've seen him. And he just brings in this box of this Amazon box, and he's like, here you go, and I'm like, dude, you know, what the hell? You know, oh, happy birthday. And I was like, you didn't have to, but, you know, I'll take it, thanks. And look what happened.
You didn't have to, but stop holding onto the box. Let it go.
Look at this.
Let it go. Oh my god.
And look at this.
There you go, Black Ops 6, more
But
coming at Call of
that's
Duty
not
next.
all.
And now I'm honored to introduce my co-host for Opening Night Live. You know her from her years of hosting
heavy.
League of Legends esports around the world.
Both
Did
of
you know
them.
that she got her start as a competitive Unreal Tournament player? That's right, please join me.
So
in
yeah,
welcoming
Pedro is
ONL
the OG.
Socks.
The GOAT.
And he is Pedro Gomez, so I call him my generic friend.
OG.
But he's the OG. He's the man.
But I am so excited to be here tonight, revealing many of the games on Opening Night Live and highlighting events happening during
So I don't
this
know.
Gamescom week
Just to
in Cologne.
comment a little bit on Call of Duty, it looked
great.
great. It looked like another Call of Duty game, but
I am so stoked to
piqued
be
my
back
interest. It's
here
in Game
with you
Pass.
all
I'll definitely give it a try.
Now it is my pleasure to
At least
share
the
a message from Gamescom
the
to
campaign,
you,
I'll
our
definitely
gaming
give it a
community.
shot. What's interesting is the fact that you're doing like a
Dear future me,
like an election
I hope you are
day
happy.
kind of thing. So, you know, it
I
could
hope
be
you
interesting.
visit wonderful places.
Let's see what happens.
That you have friends from
What's
places
this?
far away. And that you always have the best adventures.
Is it like a previous GamesCon or something?
That you fight for the things you love.
This looks like
and that you
Disney
love the things
something.
you do. Dear future me, my favorite thing in the world is to play.
Technology for Disney.
Do you like to play too?
GamesCon.
Yeah, it was Gamescom.
Yes,
I
the
saw a lot of
future
Disney
is here,
IPs
and
there,
we
so.
are ready to
Oh,
begin.
yeah.
Let's take a look at this fun trailer.
Fun trailer. Arkham. No. Just go.
If it was
Cash
backward,
Rapid
if the C
Intention.
and the G were backwards, maybe I would have said Gotham City.
Yeah. It does kind of have the vibe if it wasn't because it has like the old school kind of graphics, right?
Yeah.
The hell? That's Warcraft.
Yeah, well, at least.
Okay, a funny kind of thing.
Jesus.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
That's Skyrim. Okay, this is a joke video. Definitely.
Either that or
You're finally awake.
or a video game that paid a lot of licensing
Oh yeah.
deals.
And that's of course Grand Theft. What? This looks like something the Bulber would do or would publish, you know?
Yeah.
You know what's hilarious?
I would
Microsoft could make them like this with a bunch of random IPs.
Mm-hmm.
Because they own it all.
True. Love, hate.
Like the Wreck-It Ralph of video games.
Yeah. It is funny because it's so absurd that I would actually play this if this is an actual game.
If this is an actual game, yes.
Yeah, I think I would definitely play this.
Oh no, don't tell me this is Goat Simulator number like 20.
Oh no. I'll take that back.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'm taking it back. I'm never gonna play a Goat Simulator ever. I'm done. I'm done.
No,
Goodbye.
remember, I don't
Good
know
night.
if you remember when Goat Simulator 3 came out. This is the first Goat Simulator. Remember when Goat Simulator 3 came out and we were like, wait, what happened to number 2? And they just skipped it.
Yeah, they skipped it. They went for free.
And I was like, okay, this is so hilarious, the idea of just skipping a game. I'm gonna play number 3. I don't think I played it more than a couple hours. I was like, I'm done.
At GamesCon this year in person. But if you
Oh
cannot be
no,
here with us,
I'm not gonna play a Goat Simulator. No way.
virtually by going to
No, I'm done.
I think it's
I already tried
hilarious.
it.
Don't take me wrong. I'm just not gonna do it.
Industry has in store for you. And our very own Gamescom studio.
I gave it a
is
try
doing
on the
all-day
sequel and it
coverage
did
of
not
the
pay
event.
off, so
tune
I'm
in
with
to
you.
Gamescom Studios broadcast
I do
by
know that the
IGN on
third
Twitch
has a lot of
or on
following,
YouTube.
but
Now, we have some news on Persona 3 Reload and its next DLC
Oh, okay,
episode,
new DLC.
Aegis, The Answer, coming on September 10th. It's time to reveal a surprising
Oh,
boss
September
fight that
10th, just in 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow and all the days after it.
You
will
know,
be March
Persona,
31st.
I like the
It's like
games.
Tartarus
The only
all
issue is
over
that I can't stand all
There
the
is a strong connection between all
The
of
drama? The high school drama?
yeah, the high school drama, exactly.
Then we'll know.
I mean, that's a
can't stand-
huge chunk of the game, isn't it?
That's like the main, other than gameplay and taking turns, like a take turn action game. What are they called? Yeah, turn game action. That's like the whole game.
I know, and I guess I like them just because they're like the same kind of game as Shin Megami Tensei, and I really like the Shin Megami ones. But Persona really takes it way too hard on the teen high school drama.
I like tacos without the tortilla and the steak. I just want the salsa with the cilantro and onions.
Yeah. Techland. They sound familiar. Techland. What did they do?
I don't know.
Let's see. This is
I like the
kind
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. They're all dead. So it's some sort of predator thing. Oh, maybe it's one of those like a 5-player co-op versus thing.
Asymmetrical co-op game.
Yeah, kind of feels like an asymmetrical.
So here's my issue with games that are supposed to be like horror, but you can play it in co-op. It takes the horror away when you're playing with other people.
100%.
Yeah, right. It has to
I
be.
really like the music though.
Yeah, the music is awesome, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's not co-op. Look at this.
I think I know what this is. This is Dying Light. I'm almost positive this is Dying Light.
Very possible.
A Dying Light. Yeah, because you know zombies, a little bit of parkour. Dying Light. There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
The Beast. Okay, so a new Dying Light game. All right. I haven't played the latest ones.
There you go.
I played the first
Kyle
one.
Crane is back in a
It was
new
good.
zombie adventure set in the Dying Light world with 20 hours of
I never
gameplay
played
in
it, but I
the
played the
open
Friday
world
the
region,
13th
and
one,
in
and I was a
Dying
big
Light
fan. I don't know if you
Awesome.
remember that.
Next, today
No?
marks the launch
It's like,
for
you
the
guys
most
gotta play Friday the
wishlisted game
13th.
right
It's so
now on Steam, and
awesome.
also, last I checked,
Love
the
it.
biggest
I played a little
single-player
bit.
game ever on Steam with over 2 million
So
concurrent players
janky,
today.
dude, but it was
Black
part of the
Myth
charm.
Wukong from Game
Yeah.
Science in China, which is
I
also
think
out
I
on the
got to be
PlayStation 5.
Jason
And right now, we've got
once.
the reveal of
It
the
was
launch
so
trailer.
hard to be Jason. Everybody wanted to be Jason. That was my issue with that game. Is like, I
And
really
this-
want to be Jason once in a while.
This is the monkey
Oh, isn't
game.
that-
Monkey.
Monker. With tons of players right now. We have, I think today the concurrent was like 2 million players at the same time. In Steam alone.
Why do you
Listen.
think that is? Like, I wouldn't think that this game would have so many people interested in playing it.
There's a couple of things that that a lot of people mention. First off, this is a Chinese game. Chinese, they usually do mobile games, right? And they do a ton of them. This is a studio that dedicated like 5 years, 6 years, just to make an actual console PC game, right? So that's the first thing. Then there was a lot of this is kind of like Souls game, so automatically a lot of people jumps into that train. And finally, well, graphically it is a beautiful game. A lot of this you might think that, hey, you know, this is CG and stuff, but no, apparently the game has no CG. I don't know if the intro maybe has something like that, but most of the stuff that you see here, it's actual.
It's in-game footage?
In-game footage.
In-game footage.
Wow.
Well, and the other thing that personally what catches my eye is just the setting. I don't think we had a game based in a true Chinese setting.
Oh, I mean, there has been other games that have the same story. You know, the Song Wukong.
Yeah.
You're looking at one. Yeah, right now. But there has been a couple of games of that, but they're not on the Chinese setting really. There was a game where Andy Serkis was the monkey. I just can't remember the name of the game.
The game? A game?
Yeah, it was a game done by
Andy Serkis?
Yeah, I think it was by Ninja Theory, and I just can't remember the name. Oh god. But it was the same thing, you know, based on the Journey to the West story, right? So, yeah.
Not Neo, right? Because that has no monkey.
Huh?
Not Neo.
Neo. Nope.
Welcome back to
No,
GamesCon
no, actually,
Opening Night
gameplay.
Live here in beautiful Morgok.
Who's ready to roll? Live from the Construct Coliseum.
Amazon games?
It's time for everyone's favorite game, King of Meat. We joined recently kidnapped celebrity guest contender Jeff Keighley at the starting line.
Wait, starting line?
Okay, this is a good way to make, you know, trailers for your games. You know, I like when they do this kind of silly stuff. Even the Goat
Yeah, try
Simulator I
something
like.
different.
Yeah, even the Goat Simulator trailer I like. I'm not playing it though.
Well, you know what's my favorite, like, streaming this type of show? It was when Nintendo had some puppets. It was like pre-pandemic. They had like a puppet show on one of their streaming Nintendo Directs, and I don't think they were called Nintendo Directs. That was pretty unique. I was like, wow, that's hilarious.
And of course, again, the Bulwer, they do a lot of this stuff, and it's usually hilarious. So there's like a dungeon generation. Oh, you know, this kind of reminds me of what's it called?
Yeah, there was another Dungeon Maker game that you could get your friends to play, right? It released
Oh, a Dungeon
last
Maker.
year?
Okay.
This year?
Yeah, I think so. There has been quite a few. There's Dungeon Maker, of course, but I can't remember the name of this one game. Orcs Must Die. You don't make the dungeon, but you make the traps for it.
Yeah, but that's more like what do you call those tower defense game?
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And this seems to be like it seems to be
Welcome back
maybe
to Opening Night Live for
PvP.
real this time, and that was the announcement of King of Meat,
Yeah.
an online
Yeah,
co-op
kind of looks like
schedule
it.
1 to 4
And
players
and,
from
and
Glow
remind a
Maine,
little bit about
Guilford,
this
England, and
this
Amazon
game that
Games for
has like a
console and
bunch of
PC,
people
and you
just
can sign
running
up
through a
at
map and trying to get
kingofmeat.com
to the
for
end.
future playtests. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about making these shows is that we get to introduce you to brand new games and teams like this one. To reveal their first game from their new studio, FuzzyBot, please welcome Tatania Dislova and Max Spielberg.
Okay. Links.
Hello? Max?
What's that? Hammer's part?
Guys, welcome to ONL. I'm very excited to share this game with the world. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio, first of all?
Yeah, well, first off, it's totally surreal to be here right now. We started the studio back in 2020, and the majority of us had come from the AAA side of the industry. And at the time, we were just
no, it's not King of Meat.
Game, our own IP.
No.
And we could never expect being on the stage tonight at the end of that run.
Linked, banner of the spark.
Our studio started with the idea of dreaming big and building smart. The concept for our first game, even early on, felt very unique and full of heart, and this helped us bring together a very passionate team of talented developers. It's through their skill, dedication, and true love for the game that we're able to be here tonight, going way beyond where we thought we'd be.
Well, I got to play this a few
You
months
know, I
ago.
like the fact that a lot of people try to, make games. Not many get the audience they're looking for, but some do.
It's a co-op action.
And when they
hack and
do,
slash
sometimes
with a
they
bit of roguelike
have
town
stuff
building
like this,
elements.
and
so we blended
this
these
gives them
ideas
a lot
together
of
to create this
exposure,
cozy,
right?
yet
So
highly kinetic
good for
action
them.
game for players to brawl,
Yeah, this may be
befriend,
huge for them, but
robots.
at the end of the day, it comes down to the game.
It's the year 3000.
That's
and
true.
You're going to take on the role as one of the last remaining humans on planet Earth. Allying with a friendly bot faction, you're going to aim to take down the
I just wish they would start with the game and then talk about it, as opposed to talk about it and then we get to see the game.
Especially when we're doing this kind of shows where we're talking about crap around it, so we're not listening to them directly.
To build a sustainable town of your dreams while saving the
But just as a normal viewer, like
we are
incredibly
proud to
it's like watching a spoiler in a movie before you watch the movie.
And we hope the players get as much joy out of playing it as we have building it.
Well, we're very excited to show it to the world for
It's
the
a new
first
IP,
time.
like you
Let's
have
take a
no
look
interest.
the world
At least in
premiere
a movie, you have
reveal
some interest for the most part. There you go, let's reveal trailer. Ooh, banjo vibes. Nope, not at all. Over the top co-op action. Okay.
So it is an actual it's an actual campaign. It's not like co-op multiplayer stuff.
Not a live game.
Exactly, a live game. And it's funny
and it's got some farming.
There you go.
Yeah, there's some farming going on.
This is your cue. And you can save the future.
I'm definitely keeping this in my radar for several reasons.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh, if you can only pick one, this one or the horror farming.
I would have to try both. This, I guess some horror games you just kind of want to, like you enjoy them, but you also kind of want to be over, like get it over with, because it's like a very stressful environment, and then there are games that are just made for chilling.
Well, I think we can all agree
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
fact.
I
Fishing
getcha.
makes every video
I mean,
game
that was I
better.
played, and I told
Now,
this to
one of the
Mel
things that
in
I
the
love
past. I
about
played
GamesCon
Resident
is
Evil
that it is a
7
safe place for our
in
diverse
VR,
gaming family.
and
And there was an
oh
amazing
my god,
platform
I
called
was just
GamesCom
scared the
Cares,
whole
which
time, and I
shares
just
social
wanted
and
it to
environmental
end because it was
responsibility
so
projects
scary.
that
Every
we
time I put
care
that helmet on and turned on the
all of our
turned the
partners
game
to
on,
help to make this happen.
it was
You can
it
learn
was
more by
so
scanning the
stressful,
QR code
but I
below.
enjoyed it so much.
And now,
But yes, at the same
first
time, I just wanted
look
it to
at
be
the
over. It's like I
gameplay
want to
of
be done with
Lost
this.
Records,
This is
Bloom and Rage.
too trippy.
A narrative
It's like
too
those,
scary.
from the creative minds behind Life is Strange.
Oscar nominee movie of the year thing that you watch it once and then you're done with it. Like you don't want to watch it again, but it's good.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Hereditary?
I'm glad.
Oh, yeah?
I want to very much, but I haven't yet.
Why?
Okay, you gotta watch it, but make sure, like, be as dark as you can, know as little as you can of the. So I'm not gonna say anything about the movie.
I remember.
And just like dedicate yourself to that movie, and on the biggest screen that you can find, in the darkest, quietest place that you can find.
I remembered you. Nice one, Autumn.
It's definitely
all I'm gonna say that I,
Skateboarder's wisdom. Never land.
no, you gotta like, if you can watch it this weekend, do it. It's so good. But I never been able to put myself together to watch it again.
This is serious. We're gonna need a real.
I watched it once. I mean, it wasn't like totally trauma, right? But I'll probably not watch it again, just because I really watched it. I got what I wanted from it, and that's that. But yeah, there's definitely some other movies that I would definitely not watch because they're way too overwhelming. Like The Irishman, awesome movie. I loved it.
Wait.
I will probably not watch it again.
Yeah.
I'll never watch The Irishman again for different reasons. So.
Lost Records.
You didn't like it.
This trailer had a very Life is Strange feeling to it.
I was thinking about Life is Strange, but it wasn't. Oh, what's this? More zombies.
Remember the days we couldn't get a horror game for the life of us, and now they're just like everywhere again.
Well,
like we will be begging for a horror survival game, and now they're like 1 in a million.
I don't even know.
And I'm not complaining.
I don't even know if zombie games count as horror games anymore. I think they have their own little spot in the world just because they're just zombies,
Yeah, but I mean, when after Resident Evil, there was such dryness of horror games that I would take any game, even if it was like just a bunch of zombies and there's no horror, just shooting them down. But
no,
this is kind of more like this looks. No. Only on PC apparently.
Great. It's a new look at the 8-player co-op of No More Room in Hell 2 from Torn Banner up in Canada, where there are deadly consequences of not sticking close to your teammates, and I cannot wait to check that one out. All right, our next game, it's been a long time coming for this next one. At the Game Awards in 2021, Embark Studios revealed Arc Raiders, a game that immediately struck a chord with players around the globe. A stunning future Earth where menacing Arc machines threaten humanity's attempts to rebuild. Well, Arc Raiders has evolved a lot since then.
Oh, Arc Raiders! It's been around like forever.
What's next for this exciting?
Let's see if they're finally bringing in something about it. The old trailer looked interesting.
Where do we go from here?
Let's see what they show us. Funny thing is that if you watch in Steam the little logo for Arc Raiders, it says just Arc Raiders, and it has like this rainbow pattern that you say that has nothing to do with robots and guys fighting robots. So,
look at us now. Raiders. Playing with fire. Everything to lose. But even more.
I think this is going to be one of those PvP. Now there you go, like, you watch that and you say, hey, it doesn't tell me anything regarding, robots and guys
very
fighting
retro
robots.
looking.
Yeah, I guess that's the retro stuff. Yeah, the trailer didn't tell me much this time around. Pokemon inspired? I guess so. Oh, I think we saw a trailer of this before. Rich? Rich, you're not...
You can hear me?
There you go.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. I think we saw a trailer about this before on another one of the shows, and it just looks like something that I would definitely not play. But hey,
it looks cute, but I don't know if I would play it.
It does have at least. I mean, it does look like it has a lot of production value, at least on the CG side. I don't know how that would delve on the actual game, but definitely nothing I would play.
I mean, I just don't know what the gameplay is, to be honest.
App Store. App Store, there you go.
Yeah,
this is my turf.
No.
Yes.
No, Mel. There's no way. You just fast forward. We know about this.
Hell no. We're staying here. And you're staying with me. I'm not here. How did the guy say? I'm not here trapped with you. You're trapped with me. Oh, but there you go.
Wow. A lot going on here.
Yep.
It looks awesome. I mean, graphically, it looks out of this world.
Yeah, and that's it. Hey,
you don't need more, to be honest.
Not really. I'm already sold, so hey.
Are you doing the 4 days early access thing?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay, I want to ask you about that. Because we've been discussing it lately.
I have one of the previous shows in Spanish where I explained a little bit of why. I mean, on a general basis, yes, I would say, hey, don't pre-order, right? Although I have done a lot of pre-ordering to try and back up this shows, right? Remember in the old Power Up show where everything was, pre-order, so that we could stream it on the first day, right? Right now, 10 years, 12 years after, I do think the pre-order stuff is not really, the best practice. Pre-order for any particular reason, either new skins or start earlier, which especially when it started earlier, right? But that said, Space Marine is the game, and I told this to Rich before. Space Marine 2 is a game that it should not exist. It's a game that came by, and then the studios disappeared, or they were sold, the IP was sold, the studio was rebought and stuff like that. The game has no right to exist, and yet 13 years after, Saber finally did it. Here we are, and Saber is bringing it in, so I want to support that, and the pre-orders, as bad as they could see, as bad as they could be, it is a way to support the team now. Saber is not a AAA company. They're not really that predatory and stuff. Even for Space Marine 2, it's not going to be that predatory either. So
you can make an exception for them, is what you're saying.
Exactly, I have an exception for them. Of course, the IP is
usually
a little bit close to heart too. So.
Yeah, I usually don't pre-order, but there will be once in a while a developer that I have a lot of trust, and I'll do it. Type of thing.
Yeah, sometimes I say, I played like five or six games of the same series, and I know they were good, so I'll just.
I think the last game we pre-ordered was Elden Ring.
Yeah, like FromSoft, I would definitely support them if it was.
But I guess the thing is that they don't dangle. Like, what did you get? Like an emote, right? Like you didn't get anything.
Yeah, you just get an emote, pretty much. I mean, for the DLC, you mean?
Oh, also for the base game, you also have like one.
Oh yeah, you did have
gesture.
One emote too. Yeah, gesture. So yeah, I mean, from software, that's an easy one, right?
Now, are you ready?
Oh yeah, no brainer.
The Space Marine 1, 2. Sadly, I'm going to say that for the show, I did pre-order Star Wars Outlaws. So yeah, we want to stream that. I would have probably not done it if it wasn't for the show. I would just wait for it. But yeah, that's the one I probably wouldn't have
Well,
done this.
that looks absolutely great.
But Space
Can't
Marine,
wait
yes.
for that one. And now,
Why not?
Gamescom is known for the cosplay, the vision and dedication
Oh,
cosplayers
here's the
put into their
cosplay side,
craft
so we can
is an
speak some more.
inspiration to us all. And
So
to see these amazing
what about
cosplay-
you, Rich? Which
cosplayers,
one do you
can tune
remember
into
that
the
you
Gamescom
actually did
Cosplay
pre-order?
Awards on Saturday, August 24th at 5
Yes.
p.m. And
And what did the pre-order
you can
entail?
watch the
You know, what
best
did they give you?
indies
Or
of
what's
Gamescom
going
in our
on?
Gamescom
No, nothing
Awesome
special.
show
It
tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. Enjoy
The only
exclusive
one that I
announcements
can
and infuse
remember right
all
now that I
packed into an
pre-order
exciting one-hour show
was
hosted by
probably.
Shane Thompson.
Well, there's a
Plus,
few,
the
but
Gamescom event
the last
arena,
big
that is where
one,
I
not the
am
last
standing
one,
right
one of
now,
the
all of you are. It is
Spider-Man,
the biggest
Spider-Man
and most
from
elaborate
Sony.
stage at Gamescom.
I was
Gamescom
so
featuring
just.
not only opening night live,
Spider-Man's one of my
but
favorite
additional
characters,
live
so
shows
I was
featuring
so
creators,
delighted to
gaming
finally
events,
get
and
what
esports
seemed like a
competitions
great
that you can
Spider-Man
watch
at the time, and it
in
was.
person
Thank
or
goodness
by
it
tuning in
didn't
online.
disappoint.
It didn't flop.
Now, up next is a first look
Not
at
only it didn't
gameplay
flop,
of
but it
Dune
was a
Awakening,
great game.
the
Probably my
open-world
game of the year that year.
survival MMO.
But
And
I'm
news
very
on when
biased on
it's going to be
Spider-Man.
released.
And then I think I might have pre-ordered a couple of games for Nintendo because I just wanted to have the game downloaded so I can just start on day one. But there was nothing special. I don't think Nintendo gives you anything special for pre-ordering. So it was just I just wanted to have. You know how if you pre-order you can download the game.
Yeah, you
Oh,
want
Zelda.
to be ready to play it.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. I pre-ordered that one. That's what it was.
As a nameless
So I just wanted to be ready.
Sculpt your appearance.
I'll
choose
tell
your
you a tale
background,
about betrayal.
And then
Because before Elden Ring, the last game that we pre-ordered was Borderlands 3.
Oh my god.
So
Why?
you can, because we were really hyped for it. We loved Borderlands 2.
by the unforgiving
And
sun,
they did a great job with the one of the trailers.
stick to the
Amazing
shade, chase
choice
the
of
moving
music
shadows,
and
survive.
you know, video editing.
Welcome to
Great
Arrakis,
job.
the most
A
dangerous
lot of
planet in the universe.
lore speculation about the story of the
Meet
game.
hundreds of other players
We
in the
pre-purchased it
vast
in the Epic Store. Like we didn't,
or betray.
you know,
Wow.
it was
The
that
Epic Store
bad.
of
We
it.
wanted to play it that bad.
Jesus.
In this
In the
case,
Epic Store.
spit dart rifle
Yeah.
and a
Oh yeah,
saber
it didn't come to Steam until later, right?
taking down
Until way later,
territorial
yeah.
Yeah.
Working with
Well, it doesn't.
others
I mean,
will
Borderlands
always
3 when it
increase
came
your
out,
chance
there was a
of
lot of
staying
hype
alive.
around it, so it doesn't surprise me at all. A lot of people were excited that Borderlands were finally coming to was at that time the new gen console,
and prepare for
Yeah.
violence.
and it was a great game, Mel. We played it a
Weapons
lot.
and abilities to
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a bad game, but I do have some serious gripes with it, especially in the on the story side of things.
and then take
You know, the way they treated some characters,
deploy the hunter seeker
etc.
and kill from the shadows.
See, Borderlands 3 was my first Borderlands, so I had no attachments to the characters. So I was like, I just had fun.
And you just bought it because we were buying it, right?
And gather with your group to
Yes,
build
yeah.
bases
Well, I don't know if
that
only
unlock
because of
more
that, but that was
Yeah,
the
but-
main reason
like the
for
blood
sure.
purifier. Refine
Yeah,
the blood
because
before
Cesar and I, we were getting it, so you were like, hey.
You
I
guys
did
were
it.
really hype about it, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
if you both of you are hype, I'll jump with you guys.
replicate your bases
Yep.
in new locations with the blueprint.
But I
Interestingly
really
enough-
liked it. I had a great
and
time.
then sell
Interesting
blueprints
enough,
of your
and not
architectural
to
wonders
pour on your
other
party,
players.
Nighty, but I got it
Lead your
free
group to
from
become a
the
guild
Epic Store
on
later on.
Arrakis, and a
Jesus,
nameless prisoner
rubbing
can
salt in the
rise.
wound.
Yes, I know.
Strut and
I'm a
honor.
Batman. Batman.
Take to the air. The world is yours to claim.
This game.
Hey,
I'm
what is
really
this?
interested
What are
in.
we looking at?
This
We
is
got
Dune.
so distracted.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
no.
right, Dune.
Yeah, this is like a long showcase, I guess.
It's a showcase.
provides
Yeah, this is Dune
key
Awakening.
events
It's a pretty much a
happening
survival
across
game. So right now, since
Map the deserts.
I used to hate survival games, and then all of a sudden they became a little bit more refined and less crappy. So I started playing some, and right now this one is really interesting for me.
Arrakis is a vast
The only gripe that I might have is the fact that, you know, it's a survival game
uncover
in a
valuable
desert-only planet.
resources. Search for secrets
So
amongst
you
the
can imagine
shifting
how that goes, right? I mean, the whole movie is a survival
Turn to
movie, you know?
civilization triumphant.
Yeah, this might be a little challenging. Yeah, it may take the fun out of it.
With people.
But hey,
Spice
I mean,
traders,
it
guild
looks so far. It
bankers,
looks like they have a way to
smugglers,
go around it, like
household
doing all
boys,
these big
and of
settlements
course,
and stuff.
other players.
So hey, I'll just have to try it out.
Pledge
Why
allegiance
not?
to one of the great houses of June.
I actually just purchased a survival game called Aska, which is pretty much
Politics. You need
it's
power.
a Valheim but well made,
Spice
and by that I mean graphically speaking.
in the deep desert.
So I'm trying that right now, but I haven't found that one that really
Hunting for spice. Every
grips
spice
me in the way that,
has the potential
you know,
to become a heated battle.
like a survival game that grips me in the way that other non-multiplayer games do.
Yeah.
Those who
So, yeah.
understand desert
But this one looks interesting enough. I'll definitely try it, and we'll stream it. Why not? I think we lost you again.
This is
There
definitely
you go.
a showcase because they're taking their time with this. Oh, there you go. There's the money shot.
Yeah, there's the worm. You can put it straight in your tequila.
I mean, I was like, there's tanks, there's fire guns going on, and not a single worm coming close by with all the noise and vibrations.
Well, you can't have
That's the one thing that I've been thinking
and
since
the
they
Sandworm
released
summoning
this.
begins
You know,
when
how
June
are you gonna
Awakening
play
drops
without
on PC
bringing in the
early
worms? I'm guessing
2025.
there's gonna be
The wait is
zones.
not that long.
You know,
And now
if
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to this,
reveal
and
of
probably
the new game
they
from
will probably
Tarsier
do the
Studios, the
bigger
creators of Little
PvP-ish
Nightmares 1 and 2.
zones where the worms are to make it, you know, double.
Yeah,
fun.
that would be okay. THQ Nordic. What is this gonna be?
Little
More nightmares.
3.
That'll be hilarious. So from the creators of Nightmares 1 and 2, number 3.
And it probably is. You did play Little Nightmares, didn't you?
I did not. No.
You didn't? I can't remember who told me. Hey, I played this Little Nightmares, and it's not that bad because it's kind of a horror. Yeah, it is a horror game, but it is a horror game like in the sense of children just trying to evade a horror, right? So
It reminds me of like I think it was called Inside.
Oh yeah,
And then
Inside.
it's just like wacky stuff happening in the background
Yeah.
and trying to survive.
So wait, they had 2 games, right? Inside and what was the other game? Oh, Limbo.
Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo.
Yeah, Inside was now I like Inside more, and the ending was, it just completely took me by surprise. Reanimal looks good. I would give it a try.
yeah, we'll give it a shot. It kind of feels like
That was
Little
Reanimal,
Nightmares.
the next big entry in the cozy game genre.
Oh, cozy. Let's
Now,
get cozy.
would you like to discover the secret contents of Gamescom and receive cool rewards? Well, meet Epi, the robot on our website RPG Gamescom Epics. Prove your nerd know-how, solve tricky puzzles, win prizes, gather trading cards, digital trading cards, and jump from level to level until the final boss spawns. Scan the QR code below and the adventure can begin. Now in its 4th year as an evolving open-world adventure, today Genshin Impact is unveiling more about the 6th nation of Natlan, which will be released on August 28th.
Nadia,
And
have you played
we also
Genshin
have
Impact?
some news about
I
when the
have
game
not.
will be coming to Xbox.
I'm almost positive you haven't, Rich.
No,
This is like
I'm not even sure what this is.
this is kind of like a gacha game with the Zelda framework, you know, so Breath of the Wild framework. So pretty
Okay.
much same stuff. You have to go through tons of miles and stuff, and you just use gliders and shit. But it's all anime kind of thing. So yeah, whichever.
Shepard, you're like, okay.
You might like the gameplay.
Well, I mean, if you like Breath of the Wild, the gameplay side is very similar. Like I remember seeing a lot of comparisons, like side by sides,
Really?
back when it
That-
started being a thing.
Wow. That looks like Monster Hunter. The Raffalons.
Yeah. Oh, and also I think like the big difference between this and probably Breath of the Wild is the fact that you have like 4 characters at the same time and you can switch through them. So
Okay, so it's not co-op. It's just you have 4 characters.
You can play it online, I think. But even then, you still have 4 characters. And you have more characters, but you can have 4 at the same time.
No, is this like is this a sequel or what is this?
No, it's a live service game, so they keep adding, adding.
Season or pack
it's time
or
to head
something
into
like
the
that.
wilds of Monster Hunter, which is playable for fans for the first
Monster
time. Here at Gamescom, Capcom has an incredible
Please stop
booth.
me now. Please
But
stop
now,
me
to
now.
tell us more and show us more, please
You know,
welcome
Another game that
Gamescom
Mel pulled
ONL
me in.
stage,
Yeah.
Ryozo Tujimoto,
Like, guys, we should play
Capcom,
Monster
Ryozo
Hunter
San.
World. It's like, no, I don't know, Mel. You guys gotta try it. And then we haven't looked back ever since.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I had this exact same conversation like 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your version?
Well, I was saying that I just could not get into it. I tried with Rise, could not get into it, and someone also said once you get hooked, you don't go back. But I just haven't gotten to that point.
Oh, you haven't? So you're still not a Monster Hunter player?
I am not.
Oh, yeah, Mel got me hooked bad. It's so good. And then
Smug
Rise is
face, like,
amazing.
yeah, I did.
And I'm so excited for Wilds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, I've hooked about 600 hours in Monster Hunter World, and about 400 hours in Rise. So you can imagine if I'm waiting for Wilds or not. Pretty game.
I like seeing like the second. I get the second-hand joy from my friends that love it.
Is this a Lola Barina Florida?
You like watching people die constantly by these huge monsters. Oh.
Well, this is funny because I've been avoiding all footage on Monster Hunter, so I guess it's the first time I've actually seen an in-depth look into Monster Hunter Wilds. Every time there was a trailer or something, I would just like fast forward or just stop watching.
Shut it off. Yeah, me too. But hey, now we have to go through this one, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like it's gonna spoil on anything, but I just like to be surprised.
Sure. So, 90, what do we have to do to hook you into Monster Hunter?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Farm.
I really don't know.
Well, there is a lot of part farming. Tons of it.
Yeah, there's part farming for sure,
we
yes.
also call it grinding, but yeah.
I think it's the first impression that really did not click with me. I think that like the intro / tutorial really dragged on, and you know, it's a little over the place. And I think that was an important thing. First impressions are important.
So which one was your first Monster Hunter?
The one and only, it was Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh no! Rise didn't do
Yeah.
it for you. Oh man.
But I do get you because all Monster Hunters, they actually do have a slow start. They do have a slow start until you actually get into the main meat and potatoes of the game, right? So yeah, I do get you. My recommendation would be, you know, brave the intro part, and after that, you won't be disappointed. That's my...
To me, especially if you can play it with somebody, then it's just
Yeah.
even if it's slow, then you're just kicking back with that person, right? But the reason I was surprised is that to me, Monster Hunter Rise is probably the most. Is that Lara Croft?
Yeah. Naraka. It's like a PvP
Monster
game.
Hunter Rise is probably the most user-friendly and even gameplay-friendly. Like, it's the most fluid one.
Everything lost.
So man, if you couldn't get with Rise, I think it'll be hard to be found. Because this one, Wilds, looks more like a Monster Hunter World, like slower pace, a little bit more rigid gameplay-wise.
SNK, let's see. What? Oh, it's gonna be my
remake?
trailer for Street Fighter.
Want a little
think?
taste of shit
Maybe
under
not.
fire?
Oh no, it's Garo, Seed of the Wolves. You know how they start bringing new characters each time and they bring a trailer for each character? No, this is my turn.
This is your turn to talk, Mel.
Oh, it's my Shiranui. Same old. She is not a character I play much. But you know, more City of the Wolves is good. The new character, the one that fights with Muay Thai, she looks interesting. But oh, remember the one game that I told you that I can talk much about? There we go.
Okay. I was gonna say, it seems like I've seen this before.
Yeah, this is Mecha Break.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea. I was telling Rich that I couldn't speak much about it because I played the closed beta, so I was under NDA and stuff. But the one thing I could say, and you're looking at it right now, is the fact that it's all PvP. So far, I haven't seen anything regarding, you know, campaign. So that kind of bummed me down. I wanted to play like this huge worlds and battles and stuff with this kind of mech combat, which looks awesome. But if it's all PvP, then it's probably going to be something like I die very fast because there's a lot of more people way better than me, and that's that.
That was a new look at Mecha Break, the multiplayer mech
Yeah, that's a
game.
hard
Okay, next,
thing to
we have
balance in
something
games, right?
exciting for fans
Online
of Monument
PvP.
Valley,
How do you make it
full-twist
accessible
puzzle
for
game that we all
everybody? You
played
just
about a
can't.
decade ago when it was first released in
The only
2014.
way
Well,
that you could
tonight,
probably
we are
try and do
revealing
it is
Monument Valley 3 coming
do
later this year from
like
us
a
two and
ranked,
and Netflix games.
but a
make it
real,
ranked.
but a working ranked, and
We've
so
got
far
your
I
first
haven't
look
seen many
right
games that handle ranked very well. So
No. And it's tough. I don't know what logic can you put into a AI to rank people in such a way that they're gonna be even matches.
I mean, usually the best way to do it, or the easier way to do it, is it's to tiers, and throughout the tiers, you get experience or whatever, so you can move into the next tier, or within the next tier into the next step of the tier. But in practice, that doesn't really work that well.
Yeah.
This one looks interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Flex game.
Valley. It reminds me a little bit of Fess. But also Tunic.
Never played Tunic.
Never played Tunic, but Fest, yes. It does
I
resemble.
played fast and then I got
Monument
stuck, man.
Valley
I
3
could
drops
not.
exclusively on Netflix.
Could not
this
figure that.
You're missing out on Tunic. It's really good.
Now,
Okay.
first release
Very, very
I give
good.
it a shot. A lot of people have mentioned that. Like, I just haven't had a
Civilization is one
chance,
of the
really.
gaming industry's biggest
Curse of the Backlog.
franchises. And here at
Yeah.
Gamescom, we are revealing the gameplay of Civilization 7 for the first time. To tell us more,
Okay, this
please
is
welcome
definitely not
Ed
my
Beach
thing.
from Firaxis Games.
Was never a big fan of Civilization. I mean, I find it funny when you can get Gandhi to start nuking people because he hates them.
Thank you, Sean.
That said,
Thank you, Gamescom.
I never
It's
really
hard
got
to
into
believe
Civilization.
It's been almost 8 years since Firaxis released our last Civilization game. So we're incredibly honored to be here tonight at Gamescom talking about
I like XCOM
Civilization
from
7.
Firaxis.
Oh, I love XCOM.
The GamesCon is in Germany. It's all in English.
Yeah. Well,
Civ 7 is
we're
by
in Mexico
far
and
the
we're
biggest,
doing this in
most
English, so
ambitious game
that will tell you
Firaxis has
something.
ever made. Everything from its new gameplay features to its gorgeous new art style is designed to immerse you in your own journey through
So in this ones you make
Please join us after opening
like
night
this
live
big
on the
civilizations
Firaxis
and
Game
stuff,
Twitch
but
channel for our official gameplay
it's
showcase, where we'll
it's kind
deep
of a
dive
hard
into
spot
what's
for me
new in
because
Civ 7
in a way, it's kind of like a city,
our new in-game
like a Sim City kind of thing. But you also have the combat side, but it's not really combat. I don't know. It's too much for me, I guess. This is a thinking man's game. I'm not a thinking man, I guess.
Please enjoy.
Yeah, I don't play games to think too much.
Civilization was the game that was created during a time
I want to be challenged, but not too much.
discovering what games could be. And
I'm more of you know, like, yes, challenge me, but more of a reaction kind of thing rather than mentally kind of thing. So I don't know. What 2K? So 2K is publishing.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna give you an answer. I want to feel like you mentally challenge me, but I'm not. But when I solve the puzzle, I want to feel like the smartest man in the world.
That is such a pillar in game dev. Honestly, just make it hard, but not too hard. Just exactly the right amount that it feels satisfying to play.
Exactly, just hard enough that I feel special.
So you're quoting Miyazaki from Dark Souls. Well,
oh really?
Elden Ring.
That's hilarious.
I mean that's more or less what they do, right? Not that it's really a quote from them. That's yours, Nighty. But they kind of do that, right? Like they push it to the limit, but it's still within the limit, you know?
Yeah.
But this is too much thinking. There's like too broad of a thing to think about to really be aware of everything that's happening all around the zone. So yeah, Civ for me, it's a no. They're great games. I know there's a lot of people that love them. Gallo loves them. Gallo, he's a
Gallo.
Like,
Ever since we first reached for the stars.
Oh, this is gonna be Starfield.
We've been asking ourselves.
Yeah, Starfield.
What else
It's gonna be the DLC for Starfield.
And more importantly.
And there's vehicles, finally! Finally! God dang it. Yeah.
Dude, people forgot about Starfield so quick.
I was about to ask you, Mel, you played this for a while, right?
Yes, I did. And when I stopped doing it, then the mods came in.
About it?
No. As the mods came in, so I started again, and I played with unsanctioned mods for a while. And when I finally let it go, the creators thing came in. So now there's company sanctioned mods. And they're within the game now, and you can just download them and install them, and it's easier. So I went back again, and I finally let it go because some mods screwed up my game. And once this comes out, I'll probably go back again. And
it's coming out tonight, Mel. It's out right now, probably.
9:30.
Next month.
Next month.
Oh, it said tonight. Oh, the car was available tonight.
Don't tell me that.
It said available tonight.
No, don't, Rich, no.
You're already 3 hours too late.
Rich, please, let me start installing. There you go, installing. Thank you. Screw you. Jesus. Oh, I think we lost the video.
We know what this is. We haven't skipped anything, but this might be one, but you can leave it.
This is Marvel Rebels?
That would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no, wait. This might be the Black Panther Captain America game? No, it's Rivals.
No, this has to be Rivals.
Yeah,
right. It's
they mentioned Rivals at the beginning of the thing.
Snap out of it, Bucky.
There you go, Captain America had to be there, and now...
Why is Bucky? What the hell, Bucky?
I insist that Bucky
this doesn't look like... It is Rivals, okay.
Yeah, it is Rivals. Easy. I insist that Bucky does look like El Wookiee.
Well, actually, you know what? He reminds me of Bionic Commando guy.
Yeah, true. Now, do
know what?
Do you play hero shooters?
Not really. You know what's funny? That first scene where you can see Bucky actually in gameplay. It's supposed to like want to play, but the guy, whoever was playing or whatever marketing person was doing this, they were making the same move over and over again. I was like, is that it? Is that his only awesome move?
Well, in hero shooters, you don't have you have like 2 to 3 skills, and
Well,
that's
I'm sure
about
everyone
it. So
who played the beta
you kind of
wanted to
repeat
know Marvel
stuff.
Rivals will launch on
Gotcha.
December 6th, 2024. Now, Gamescom
2024.
always strives to help the environment, and the event runs on 100% renewable energy and is climate friendly thanks to ongoing measures to reduce CO2 emissions.
Yeah, sustainable.
Exhibitors participate in the Gamescom Goes Green initiative by reusing their booth builds or avoiding single-use material. And yes, fans are planting more and more trees in the Gamescom forest. The forest has been growing since 2020 thanks to all of your engagement. And all of you can still help, of course. You can plant your tree in the Gamescom forest today. And with that, it is time to reveal the winner of the Gamescom Sustainability Award. This award celebrates an organization in the global game industry committed to sustainability and the environment. Presenting
I
the
get
award,
it, but
please welcome back Lisa Puck with Playing for the Planet.
I get it. You know, we have to go green and stuff, but
Hi, Shucks, and hello,
I don't know.
Gamescom. Thank you
Game
for having me again.
Well, it is our
events and
absolute pleasure,
games in general
Lisa,
has to
and
be
in case some people
about
don't know and
entertainment,
need a quick
right?
refresher, Lisa represents
I don't know.
Playing for the Planet,
Anything,
an
I mean-
alliance of gaming organizations committed to taking climate action under the official umbrella of the United Nations. So
Really?
how are
You couldn't
things,
hear
Lisa?
me?
There you go.
Things are going great, thank you. With 3.1
Okay, no, I was
billion
saying,
people around the world
as
playing
long as they're
video
fun,
games,
can be whatever.
we encourage everyone to make a difference wherever possible.
Absolutely, and 3.3 billion players is so much. So
I don't
do
know.
you have any
I'm guess
tips
I'm
for
just
our
too old to
players
care
on
about this.
supporting this great initiative?
Yes, definitely. It's as easy as remembering
All in the
to set up
gameplay, man.
energy-saving modes to avoid
Sure.
unnecessary energy consumption, or switching to renewable energy.
Interestingly enough, I have to
electricity services at
sell a
home
lot of
to reduce your carbon footprint. Everything
renewable
will make a difference.
Absolutely, every bit
message
helps. Those
throughout
are
my
great tips, and I
my
already
actual
utilize
work.
some of
So
those myself, and I hope
there
a
is
lot
that.
more people will.
I'm
But
kind
now
of a.
let's celebrate some of the amazing
I'm not a good
work
man.
already done by gaming companies.
Yes, that would be happy.
Can
to
all
do
be
that.
better, Mel.
Anyone
Don't worry about
can
it.
set ambitious decarbonization
That's what I have you for,
targets,
man.
But
To
delivering on
make
that
me
goal
better.
and turning it into emission reductions demands a clear and actionable plan as well as collaboration. And this year's winner has proven
You know something
that it's
I
possible to
I don't
deliver-
appreciate
to
about
deliver
these things
ambition
that they'll
with
usually have
execution across the board.
like the
And this year's
CEO
winner
or
of
like
the
the big
Gamescom
like the
Sustainability
executives of the
Award
company
is
talking as
Tencent
opposed to like the
Games.
game
And
designer,
here
the
to
game
accept the
director.
award is
Like
Brand Irvine, the
I want to
vice
hear
chairman
from the
of
person who's
Tencent
actually
Games.
making the day-to-day decisions on that game. Right? Like I don't that's what I want to see. Not the big dogs.
First of all, let me say
Yeah.
on behalf
Sure.
of Tencent Games how honored we are to receive this award. You know, Tencent Games encompasses a lot of things. You know,
Oh my
everything
God, and
from
it's
in-house
Tencent
studios
Games.
like Timmy,
Tencent
global
Games,
studios
seriously.
Like
But I mean,
Jesus.
to our global publishing arm, Level Infinite.
I
What
guess
all
they would
share is a
have more
commitment to
room for
operating our business in a
improvement
sustainable
to
way.
make it to the
We are
award.
committed
I
to
don't know.
carbon neutrality by 2030.
Well,
and we
definitely.
really wanna thank
I'm
all of our
100%.
studios,
Like,
all of
if
our
you're
partners,
bigger, you
but
have a
most of
chance
all,
to make
all
a
of our
bigger
players. Their
impact.
support is
I
essential
guess that's-
to helping us drive our
Well, Tencent is a
efforts
beast.
to,
Tencent is a
our efforts to have
monster in the
positive
gaming
change in the
industry.
Thanks again.
Not a
Back to
monster
the game.
I like,
Congratulations,
but still a
Tencent
monster.
and
So
Brent
yes, I
Irvin.
guess you're right. If they could probably do things better and make a bigger impact.
But that is not
Just
our
by
only
volume,
award.
just
Everyone
by
here
size,
and
I
at home
guess.
can vote for their favorite games
Yes.
playable at Gamescom in this year's Gamescom Awards. You can visit Gamescom
Your
now
voice
to help
counts.
decide the winners.
Vote.
Voting will only be open until Thursday, August 22nd at 2 p.m. And the awards will then be celebrated this Friday at 2 p.m. at Gamescom Studio. Back
What
to
were you
Jeff.
guys hoping to
Thank you,
see
Shox. You're doing a great job
on this?
tonight.
Let's see if it still
All right.
happens.
we got something really special for you. Please welcome Deadpool director
Indiana Jones, but I
Love
think
Death
that's a
and
gimme
Robots, and the
almost.
co-founder of Blur Studio.
That's a given. It has to
Tim
happen.
Miller.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
wear my clown wig. I'm sorry. I'll wear my clown wig and say Silk Song.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh
you.
my God!
Studios
Ho,
been
ho,
making
ho.
cinematics
I think
Yeah,
Jeff
I'm not
tweeted,
expecting
"Do not
that one.
expect it,"
That means
but it
classics
might
like
be a
Quake,
trick.
Star
Copium,
Wars,
copium.
Warhammer,
So you're
Call of
starting to
Duty,
put your
and
white
dozens
paint
and
on your face
dozens
like
more.
this?
And
Yeah,
we do this
my
because
little
And just
red
bring the little
nose.
wig and the
fucking
red
love
nose and
video
say
games.
Silk Song.
You know, my theory about Silksong, it has become such a big
And every time a
and
trailer comes
expected
online,
release, right? That I think it's going to be its own showcase.
Like, why don't we see a movie like this? Or
Like
why can't we
whenever
have a
they make an
series
announcement,
like this?
the whole
And we
thing is
could
just
not
going to be about
agree
that.
more.
It's not going to be,
Which
you
is
know, a
why we are
2-minute trailer
so
here or
excited
anything. It's going to be
to
its
share
own
this
thing.
series with you.
It's almost like if
15
Half-Life
original
3 were to come
episodes
out,
created
it would
in
be its own
collaboration
thing. Like
with
it would
Amazon
not show up in
Studios
anybody's
and the publishers and
show.
developers of some of the world's
Or Grand Theft
greatest
Auto
games.
6, right? Like that's
And
never
new
going to be.
titles, existing games,
It's always going to be
indies,
its thing, its own
and
thing.
classics.
I told you
So
when
we've
will
been working on this
I told
show
you when
for
will
3 years.
Half-Life 3 come, and that's
I get a
when
little
when
choked
Valve,
up,
for some
sorry.
reason or another,
I
is
cry a
going
lot.
broke.
Sorry.
So it's never gonna happen. This is interesting. I don't know what the hell is it, but I see a Space Marine helmet right there.
All right. We've been working on it for 3 years, and I'm very emotional because I'm so excited. And it's finally time. So please enjoy the world premiere teaser of Secret Level.
He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry.
It is our love letter to games. And you can watch the series on Amazon Prime Video on December 10th. Not too far now. So enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, so it's gonna be like a
Blur.
like an anthology or something like that, I guess. Well, definitely because we're looking at Space Marine right there.
It's time.
Yeah, it's kind of like an anthology, I guess.
For your arrival.
Yeah, definitely.
It is you. You will open the door.
Alright.
Because you are the chosen.
Mechs, I like.
All those moments. It's a new adventure.
That looked like Mega Man.
I was about to say that.
Just for you.
What?
That is Mega Man.
That is is it Mega Man though?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I know those guys were Space Marine, but Mega Man? Is that
Call of Duty.
positive?
That's Sifu.
Sifu, yeah.
Mega Man.
Yeah.
I saw it.
All right.
You have a game to play.
Interesting.
And Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Wow. All right. It has my interest. Definitely. Now, the interesting thing though is that it says it's like, you know, like anthology based on video games, right? And yet there's Space Marine, which I'm okay with. I'll watch it, but Space Marine is not really, you know, video game like Warhammer is linking into video games, but it's not really about the legacy. Is not about video games, right? So I don't know.
I agree with you. I bet you a lot of people don't know that. They just know Space Marines as a video game, and that's it.
All right. I'll bring you that. I used to play this kind of games before, but not anymore. Again, too much stuff going on for my very low attention span. Just like the fantastic version of what was it called? The Age of Empires.
Play it day one with
Hmm.
Game Pass.
Never played it, but I know what you mean. Wow, okay, this is Microsoft's focus now.
The only sanctuary we have left. Together, we can give our people
4-player co-op?
the hope we need.
Hey, by the way, did it say anything about on Game Pass Day 1? Didn't say anything like that, huh?
Not that I remember.
Interesting.
I think Age of Mythology is coming to Game Pass, and this one too.
Game Pass. It says Game Pass on that one. I don't think they're making a big deal of Game Pass.
Oh wow.
Like they used to.
Oh, this I'm interested in. This is the Black Hawk Down Delta Force game, but it's
Oh,
a remake
they're
of the
remaking it, right?
Yes, I used to love that game a lot. Like playing the Black Hawk Down campaign was awesome. So this looks very good.
The conflict between the Alsara Guard and Havoc threatens the balance of the world. The Alsara Guard is a tempest of disorder, sowing chaos wherever it roams. But we are honed to strike at their very core.
He's asking 90 if she ever played this.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. I did not know.
Yeah, I never played this, but Mel swears by it.
Yeah, I used to play the old one, and yeah, it was pretty much the like playing the events that happened on the movie Black Hawk Down, or pretty much on the actual live event, right, of Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
How long ago was
Oh my
this?
god. I was back in Vancouver, so we're talking about probably like 17, 18 years, probably, maybe, sort of.
Which we are announcing
I mean, this came out originally in the 360 days or the OG Xbox?
Oh, no, even
let's head back to the
farther than that.
at Kingdom Come
No.
Probably on Xbox times.
Of 15th century Bohemia as an
The original one, the OG.
game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great game. The campaign was awesome, and of course it was based on the life story of stuff. And of course the movie recently just came out, so it was a win-win for everyone. So now I know they're doing this sort of like a free-to-play multiplayer thing, but they're also doing the remake of the Black Hawk Down side. I do not know if that's also going to be like free to play, or you're going to have to buy it, or what's going on. I have no clue. Never played the first one. Well, I played it a little bit, just tried it, but never really got to this one. Did you guys try this game? Well, the first one?
This is Deliverance, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I never did.
Mighty?
I did not.
I tried a little bit. It kind of looked like a sort of like a realistic Skyrim, which kind of brought it down a little bit for me because it was like too realistic, maybe.
Too much like Red Dead Redemption 2? A little too realistic?
Nah. I mean, Red Dead Redemption is its own thing, and who doesn't like a good cowboy movie?
There is much more from that game.
Just rewatch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's so good.
Zone Zero was released from Hoyoverse, and now we've got the
And
debut of a
then
brand new area of new
A Fistful of Dollars.
Check it out.
Also amazing.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be what Sinless Zone Zero, I think. Haven't tried it, but it's another one of those Hoyoverse games, like a Genshin Impact. But this is like more urban kind of thing. Never tried it.
It amazes me that most of the games, even though I never play them and it's not my style, they look amazing. I mean, look at that. I wish graphically the games when I grew up look anywhere like this. I mean, even cartoons or animes, they just look so nice, clean, and neat.
Yeah, you know, we lived for a long time with the CG before the game, and the CG was awesome, and then you go into the game, and the game was
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
back graphics and stuff. I mean, compared to the CG, and then now there's very few CG videos. Most of it it's all in game, right? So when you see this stuff and you say, "Hey, this looks awesome," but it's also very directed, right? There, it's pretty much made like a movie kind of thing. So once you get into the game, you're like, hey, okay, so it looks good, but maybe not as good. And of course, the game definitely doesn't represent whatever the video gave to you, right? So,
Well, that's the main reason that oh, what's the Ocarina of Time? That's the Zelda game on the N64. Didn't have CGI because they wanted you to see, because you know how you can have different outfits or you can have different things on at the time, so they didn't want a mismatch between the gameplay character and the CGI. So it's like, oh, even though it doesn't look great, everything's gonna be in game.
This is what my online friends found at the scene. Look.
I played Ocarina of Time, I finished it, but I never actually played, and you're gonna hate me for this, 90, I never actually played, or played very little of, I can't remember the name. No, the continuation of Ocarina of Time.
Majora's Mask?
Yeah, Majora's Mask. Yeah, I never felt into it. I know it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like probably the best story within the Zelda realm, but never tried. I mean, I couldn't get into it.
I wouldn't call it the best story, but I would call it the darkest story, I guess, like in terms of mood and vibes. For sure, and I personally enjoyed that a lot more than the other Zeldas, I guess.
It was the horror Zelda?
Ending in 3 days, and you're kind of making decisions around that. I mean, you get, not you particularly, but the people. You can see some very dark side stories, I guess.
An incredible job bringing the world and combat into
Yeah, it's got a lot of
VR.
themes, I guess, with, you know,
First look at the actual
about
gameplay
loss
trailer
and
for
regret
Batman,
and
Arkham
hope
Shadow.
and a bunch of things, and I think it was really well done for a game of that time to really achieve, you know, with the limitations that they had.
And the whole 3-day game system was very unique too. I mean, still is, I think.
Even if it consumes me.
Like every 3 days, you have to make sure you can start all over again because the world is ending.
I remember the last time I played a game like that. It was Mega Man Mega Man X 9, I believe,
Jim, this rat
or
king
6.
could be anywhere.
I think it was 6. Mega Man.
Face in the crowd, a foot soldier in
Mega
his own
Man X
fanatical mob.
6. And you had a time frame before you could finish the game because an asteroid was coming in into the city. I didn't like that. I just don't like the fact that you have to be rushing it and not be able to, you know, learn a lot about the game because, you know, you're rushing to not get the goddamn asteroid on top of your head, or in this case, a moon.
Alfred,
So, I don't
we
know.
tried it your way. Now we do it mine.
You ever played Pikmin on the GameCube?
No.
Something big's going down.
Same thing. It's a time you have like 30 in-game days to finish it.
We repress our rage.
And each game has each in-game day has a time limit. I can't remember if it's 10 or 15 minutes, maybe less. I can't remember, but you definitely have a set amount of time to finish the game.
I don't like that.
I can bring the Rat King to you.
Well, I think that for Majora's Mask particularly, the 3-day system is part of like the core gameplay loop, so you kind of get used to it, and then like it's like the first time you play, like the first time the time is up, you're freaking out 100%. But then
Well, that
you
trailer
kind
was
of
buzzing
ease
and the
into it,
whole
and then
city
you
is
kind of
buzzing
get
during
used
this
to it, and
week
then
of
you just
games.
work with it, and
this
it's no
weekend, the
longer
heart
like
of our beloved gaming
something
metropolis
that
Cologne will
causes
transform into
anxiety,
the vibrant
I guess.
Gamescom
Just
City
kind of
Festival. There will be
vibe
great
with it, I
music on
guess.
3 stages in the city center of Cologne.
Well, you plan
on both
around it,
days
right?
to
And all your
another
decisions are
100,000
based that you
guests.
have 3
Now, if you
days.
haven't been there yet, you should definitely
Yeah, so
go
it's like,
and
what are
check
you
it
gonna
out.
do with this loop?
That
And
is
then,
what's happening in
Yeah.
Cologne,
you know,
and
did you
also
get to
people
do it,
from
or
more
do you
than
have to try
100
again?
countries are here.
Yeah.
But
So,
Gamescom
I
has
like a
banned
little bit
all
of
over the
progression
world,
in my
and I have
games.
good news.
So,
Gamescom is heading to
I'm
other
sorry, but I
continents.
actually like finishing my
The first
games.
Gamescom last year
What?
took place in June and exceeded all of our
I
expectations.
I
actually
want to
like
feel like I'm
progress.
moving
1,000
forward,
fans
not
immersed in the
backward.
gaming universe. It was a fantastic show, and next year it's going to be
No, I get it,
even
I get it.
bigger.
But it's
And
interesting. I recommend it if you
Gamescom
can.
Asia
If you ever
returns
get a
this
chance, but you know.
October. You can join
No,
in
but,
on
Never
the fun
but you
and
know
entertainment
that's
area to
that's the
find out
question
all
that's gonna
about
make
the
it or
games,
break it.
the stage
Like I
shows,
said, I like
cosplay,
progression in
and
my
much,
games.
much
So
more.
the
The
question
ticket
here
shop
is,
already open, or
for
you
what
can
I
also
understood,
tune in to our
so
online
the
show
3 days are
Prime Time on
gone, everything goes to
17th.
hell, and you start again. My
Now,
question is
who
there
is
any
ready for
progression
another
through that,
world
or you have to
premiere?
start from zero?
No, no, no. There are some things that you keep.
Announced last year at ONL. Here
And I
is
can't,
a
it's been
new
too
look
long
at
for me to
Little
remember exactly
Nightmares.
how it works, but it's not kind of roguelike. Like you die, you start over, but there's some things that you keep at the end of the day. So like dungeons, once you finish a dungeon, you get to keep everything from a dungeon.
You get to
Like,
keep
you have to
everything
finish a
from.
dungeon in 3 days, I think. Is that right, 90?
Well, yeah, whatever you want to do, you have 3 days to do it. The dungeon will reset, so you'll get to go and fight the boss again if you want to, I think. But the items that you get in the dungeon, you do get to keep. The rupees, you have to deposit them in like a little bank that is times shenanigans safe for whatever reason. The masks that you get are, you know, that you keep, and I guess like the knowledge of the several things that are going on in those 3 days, you get to keep in a little notebook. So it's like, I guess it's like Groundhog Day in a way.
Yeah.
Or like you
That's
know what's
exactly
gonna
what it
happen,
is.
so you can be there before the thing happens. And then, you know, kind of change the outcome at least for that particular loop.
All right,
So, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, now there's
Oh, look,
Little Nightmares 3.
now there's Little Nightmares 3.
That is hilarious.
There you go. Okay, so
There it
there is
is.
some progression on it. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely. And then
yeah.
I guess depending on what you decide to do on the loop where you finish the game on, it will also impact a little bit of the ending that you get.
okay, I guess I could get into that. Although right now I don't know if the graphics would help me much.
The gameplay itself, it's a little bit dated at this point. It's not just the graphics.
No, I know.
Rich, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear very well.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I'm saying the gameplay itself, it's a little bit dated also. Just how it feels, I guess.
Yeah, it might be tough getting into it in this
day and
decade.
With this old fart trying to get back into that kind of game. Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, no, I think any fart, young or old, would have a hard time getting into it with, you know, the games that we have currently.
Yeah, but I would say especially that generation, the PlayStation 1 and 64 generation, that's really tough to go back
Yes.
nowadays.
The best games in PSX are
like that one,
usually
that's a
the
beautiful
2D
game.
games,
Heard
because you
from
jump into
Panic
3D and
Locomotive,
you say,
and
"Oh
I'm
my
so glad
God,
to
what
share
am I
that with
looking
you
at?"
tonight. All right,
Yeah.
Gamescom,
Yeah.
we have a
It's
special
easier
guest
to.
joining us next. I grew
Oh,
up
go ahead, Nighty.
playing
I'm sorry.
these games,
You
and
have to
many
be
of you
committed,
did
I
too.
guess. But then
Titles
you
like
you
Calculus,
do get into
Dungeon
it. Like
Keeper,
I've
Magic
replayed
Carpet,
Silent Hill
Theme
1
Park,
and 2,
Black and White,
and like the
Fable.
first couple of
And
minutes, like
tonight he's here
and
to
then
reveal
you're
his
you're
brand new
scared again.
game,
You're like,
which
oh
he's
my God,
secretly
this
been
is
working
too
on for
real.
the past 3 years.
So
Please
it's
join
Yeah,
me
those
in
are
you gotta
good
get
games.
into it. You gotta get in the mindset.
Peter Molyneux.
You get back to that young girl that was like, "Oh my God, this is so scary. It's only 3 pixels. Oh my God, it's scary."
Yeah. It's Peter Molyneux.
Wow,
Look at that.
he still lives.
He's back.
What an incredible
He still
honor it is
lives.
to be
Back.
here on the stage with
Is it with
Jeff.
Lionhead? Is
It
Lionhead
is
still
amazing.
around?
This is so fun. So a couple months ago, you and I had
What
lunch
the hell's
in
going on
London. I was
here?
like, what are you working on? You're like, well, I've actually been working on a game for a number
Masters
of
of
years.
Albion.
You've kept very
Masters
quiet
of
about it. You
Albion.
really wanted to let the game speak for itself. But tell us about
Who's
Masters of Albion.
who's producing
so
this? I mean,
after
which team?
messing
What?
around on
Who's
my own,
publishing
what the
this?
hell was I
Who
doing?
has the balls to say,
I
Pierre
thought to
Molyneux?
myself,
Yes, I'm gonna
I need to come home.
publish
I need
your
to come
stuff.
home to
Creative
PC on
director.
console. So
Ah.
I've looked at Dungeon Keeper. I've taken some things that I've wanted to explore further with Dungeon Keeper. I've done the
Announce
same with Black and
a
White. I've
new
taken things from Black
Fable
and White.
something
I've done
recently.
the same with Fable. and
Yes,
this is
there's
what
a
I'm
Fable.
showing
Well,
tonight.
And
I think you just
to
called
your
Fable,
credit,
like
you've
going back to
self-funded this
basics.
project yourself. You put together a team of a lot of veterans from those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think my first realization is I needed to bring the old team back together again. So I'm working with people like Mark Healy and Russell Shaw and
Yeah,
Ian
so who's
Wright,
bringing the
people that helped
old
on
team from
and created
Fable
Black
games?
and White Dungeon
Is it
Keeper
like a new
and Fable.
studio, or what the hell's
Anyway,
going on?
let's have
Why
a
is
look at
no one
Masters
saying
of
anything?
All right, here's the world premiere, Masters of Albion from Peter
Let's see.
Mullen.
Okay, world premiere.
Let's overpromise.
Here we go.
This is Masters of Albion. We're a team of 20
And yeah, they're
people
explaining, so they're
dedicated
going to
making
overpromise.
Something new, unique, and different. Here we
In-game
are
footage.
in the familiar, vast world of Albion, packed with stories, quests, treasures, and monsters.
Hey, there's farming again.
Hey, there you go.
Getting.
I don't know.
is
Will I be able to grow one tree?
By day, your task will be
Throughout
building the town
my
up, gaining resources, and earning money.
But you have to take really good care of it.
The town will be
Yeah.
attacked by many
That
of
single tree.
Albion's creatures. You can design anything. The food
Oh, so it's
people eat,
sort
the
of,
clothes they wear, the weapons they use,
CD builder
the armor
kind of
they
thing.
fight with.
Okay, make
There is
yourself a sandwich.
strategy behind every
Thank
creation.
you. I'm
I
eating
can
chips and
even
I'm still
Hi.
hungry.
Rats. My town's working hard to make that food. I can help
Actually,
out.
Mel, I'm surprised. Do you mute yourself when you're eating chips? Because I don't hear one single crunch.
Nope.
No?
I can also design,
Oh,
customize,
smart
and
man.
create all buildings.
This is the cover.
Mm-hmm.
So it mutes most sounds. Most.
Except for your lovely voice.
Oh
The
yeah,
night
it's
is
because
coming.
you
The sun is
gotta
going
listen
down,
to it.
And now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion. And this is my hero's
But yeah,
time
I
to
can make
shine.
it sound if you want.
You don't have to play in God mode. At
No,
any
it's
point, you
okay.
can possess
There
a
you go.
character and play in third person. My hero is now
Nope,
under
nothing.
my complete control. And now
Nothing.
it's time to fight.
I don't know about you guys. I mean, you guys are more of a Fable fan, but this is not doing it for me.
Let's switch back to God mode and
For me
unleash
either.
some
It's
real
not
power.
my kind of game. I
You
mean,
know-
I like Fable.
What is going on?
Okay, we survived the night. Now, let's
So it's
design
one
a
of those
better weapon for my hero.
what do you call
You
it?
can
Like
be as silly as you
God
want,
complex games
But bread swords just
where
won't
you
cut it.
apparently control every aspect of your
This is just
people's
a glimpse
life
of
within
Masters of Albion,
your settlement. So
an open world God game.
yeah,
full
open
of
world God
combat,
game. There you go.
choices, mystery,
Open
and
world
story.
God game. Yeah, that's
It's
exactly
available
what
to
I was
wishlist
saying.
on
Just a
Steam
God game.
now.
The last time I saw something like this, it was I saw Galileo. He was playing. Well, I think it was Black and White. So the story goes, we were living in Vancouver at that time. We were sharing an apartment and shit. So he would play all night, and then in the morning I would wake up, and it was like, I don't know if you remember that cartoon, that Looney Tunes cartoon where the fox goes to work hunting sheep, so he has to go and do the card check, and then at the end of the day, there was the guy that was at the day, he would just go and check out, and then the other one went and check in. for the night.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of like that. He would play all night, and then would just go and check in, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's day already. I have to go to sleep." So he would check out and go to sleep. He played that for 1 or 2 times, and he was like, "I'm never gonna touch this again, because this is going to destroy my life." So that's kind of the thing about God games. If you get into them, you know, there's no going back. You have to go to God Games Anonymous or something like that to get rid of that thing. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
To awaken.
Second.
Oh, did he pause it?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh no, I think he froze. Oh no, there he is.
No, there he is.
I don't know what that game was, but that was not CGI at the beginning, right? It looked like a real person.
I don't know. It
I
looked.
don't know what happened.
I don't know. We thought you paused it on purpose.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
But OBS is a little bit weird now. I don't know what happened. Oh, this is the one game where this girl, like, she can like get into the souls of others or stuff like that and use them, whatever.
Oh, I don't remember this at all. And I don't think I'll remember this tomorrow, to be honest. It's not doing it for me.
My journey.
Yeah.
To step into the unknown.
Yeah, it didn't make it for me either on the previous video.
You know, the problem that it's just
DLC packs. There we go. There it is. What were you saying?
I was gonna say the problem with a lot of the games in the past 2 or 3 years that they look great. Like that game looked great visually, like graphically, it looks good. Like there's production value in it, but it doesn't look unique. Like it doesn't make it stand out. So I forget about it. The same with the Square Enix game that came out for the PS5 right before the latest Final Fantasy. Like, yeah, graphically it looked great, but there was nothing unique about it. So I just, there's no space in my brain for it.
Yeah, sometimes there has to be something that really grips you, right? Maybe some mechanics, something like that, but the mechanic on this one didn't really make it for me either, so.
Yeah, like this one, it just looks like a Call of Duty, so I'm probably gonna forget about it tomorrow.
True.
I think these types of games specifically, like, I don't know if you would call them like war games, tactical games, but I think that there's this thing where the more realistic it gets, the more difficult it is to differentiate from other games of the same genre. Because how many different ways can you render a guy in tactical gear, right? Like, unless you have this crazy giraffe skin or whatever, it's like you can only make them look so different.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. But that's even with fantasy games, that they're all starting to look alike.
Yeah.
And nothing feels special anymore. So I just, like, in my brain, they're all kind of like the same game, thus making it very hard for me to remember them.
Hello.
Welcome.
And here comes Warcraft, so probably another one of those.
On behalf of Blizzard, this is such a massive moment, but it's such a special time to be sharing it here with everyone at GamesCom, and we're just really honored and grateful to be here.
Well, we're very glad to have you guys back, and I know you got a big booth with Xbox, right?
We do, yes, and come on by if
So
you're
I think
here
Blizzard
all
right now
week
only
long.
has
We're
Warcraft.
proud of it. But it's also
Can you listen to me, guys? I'm trying to be a little bit lower.
Yeah.
We have celebrations and anniversaries galore across Hearthstone, across Rumble,
Yeah, Warcraft,
and of course
all around the
a
globe.
very big milestone for World of Warcraft this year.
Yes, speaking of World of Warcraft, The War Within, its global launch is coming up very soon this month, right?
Yes, it is, and we're just days away from the global launch of The War Within.
I used to waste my life with Warcraft.
August 26th, it's go time for that, and in 2 days we'll
A
actually
lot of
open
people
up
tried for me to play
players, so we're
Warcraft,
excited about
and
it. Come
I
on
just
in
never
and
did
join.
because I
And I just
heard
want to
the
say
stories
it's
of not being able to stop.
from the team. The World Soul
Also,
Saga
you didn't have a PC,
opens up
so
such ambitious creative territory for us, arguably
you
some
were a
of the
console.
most ambitious we've
A
ever
console
seen
man.
True.
since WoW initially released 20 years ago. And we can't wait to embark on it and share it with players.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
I feel
exciting
like
this
that,
month
you
is
know,
time
20
for
years
that,
ago, that
but,
was like the
I
best
know
time
this,
to
as you
get
said,
hooked.
There's so many Warcraft
Right now,
Blizzard
it's
anniversaries,
just
Warcraft
not
anniversaries. How can
not the
players be a
same.
part of this?
Yeah, there's a ton of
If
ways
you
we're
weren't
going to be
there
able
for
to
the
celebrate,
beginning,
so we
I think
definitely
that's
hope
just
that you join us.
very
There will be
difficult for
in-game
you to
events
get that
commence in
high or that
October,
experience
so there
of
will be
like
more details on
raiding
that,
and
but
doing all
players will
that
be able to earn really cool
as you were
in-game
back in the
rewards,
day.
and we'll be
Yeah,
finding
that's
some
true.
creative ways to celebrate the history
Yeah,
of
like
Azeroth
even right
together.
now, if I go back to
And
Warcraft,
also be on the
it
lookout
wouldn't be the
for
same.
our very
At the
first
beginning, it was
Warcraft
awesome,
Direct,
and
where the
you could
team
do
will
all
share
of that
more in the
stuff,
coming
like
months
meeting
on
people and
all the things going on for
joining
the
up to
Warcraft universe.
do quests
Okay, well,
and
that's
raiding
exciting.
and stuff.
Um,
Right
I was
now,
wondering
it
about,
just
all the other Blizzard teams. Are they going to
I
get
would
in
just
and
jump
Yeah,
to
celebrate
any
BOL
other
and
game
anniversaries
can
too?
do
They
that.
are.
You know, like
There'll
you
be
can
some
hang
nice
out with
surprises
people in
along
any
the
other
way,
game
but I do
basically,
want
and
to
this was
shout
like
out
a very
tonight the
unique thing of
Overwatch
Warcraft
2
from back
team.
then.
They've been doing some amazing work to show their
You don't even
brand
have to
of
play
World
the
of
same game.
Warcraft
You can
and
be
the
on
legacy
Discord
that
and
it
their
brings.
games and hang out.
There'll be a new
Yeah.
collab in September. We wanted to share tonight
Yeah,
with
I
all of
tried
you a
getting
sneak
into it
peek
with
of the very first
Danny.
new skin. It's Widowmaker,
I'm trying to
and
remember the name
she's
of the
embracing her
expansion.
allegiance for the Horde as Sylvanas Windrunner. So be on the lookout for more details
there's been
from the Overwatch team.
quite a few expansions.
Yeah, there's
so
been.
A little scoop along
Yeah,
this
there's been.
That's fantastic. Now let's
I don't
move to
play
another
Warcraft, but I'm
franchise that
pretty
is-
aware
has
of all the
a big
expansions
year,
because I
Diablo.
always saw them
Yes,
advertised
all
back in the
eyes
day.
on October 8th. Yes. We are super excited
Diablo
for the
4.
Hey Mel, this for you.
and we're even more excited that here at Gamescom this week will be the
I don't know
chance
if
to
I'm
have
into
the
it.
first
I
ever
mean, I
live
have Diablo 4,
hands-on experience with our
but,
very new Spiritborn class. It's beautiful.
this class doesn't make it
It's
for me,
awesome to
so
play,
I might not jump
and it's
into it.
definitely a key part of what makes the Vessel of Hatred so special for us.
All right. Well, I understand you might have brought a little something special with you as well.
We have, here's a look at our mercenary companions. So take a look on behalf of the
I mean, this
Vessel
has nothing to do with video games, but damn, those pants are pretty cool. I can't pull it off, but they're pretty cool. They kind of remind me of Back to the Future too.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Horror. This is the road we know.
You know, the funny thing is that Blizzard has always been, you know, masters of CGI and stuff. And now that they have all the technology to do all the best CGI, and they're not spending a dime and just doing this kind of snippets.
Like Puppet.
There was a time
I mean, you could see the game before, or you could see the CGI, and you would like drool with it, with the video, and you would say, "Yes, I'm going to get this game."
I mean, they've
Yeah.
had a lot of layoffs, haven't they? Like, I guess they are trying to spare as much people as they can to work on their on Overwatch 2.
True.
I don't know.
Well, it's been the the layoffs here, so they're not the only ones.
Yeah, I think
before the layoff years, they've been having layoff after layoff, and
it's been
for a
rough.
while. I remember. Yeah, it's been rough for Blizzard. They have not had. I mean, what was the last success Blizzard had, other than Diablo 4?
That's a good question. Well, the thing is that
It's been a while.
Blizzard
Because
has
Overwatch 2 didn't go
that well.
Yeah, it didn't go that well, so I can't remember the first Overwatch, maybe? That was the last big success they had?
Yeah, I guess the first Overwatch was the last thing that actually pulled it off, and Diablo to an extent, I guess. But at the end, yeah, there's no new IPs, and their old IPs aren't that great anymore. They don't get that as much people as they did before.
I think that the WoW community is still. I don't think they're pulling any that many new players in. but I think that the players that they have
Of course,
are,
and it's my esteemed
you know,
pleasure to introduce
still
Brent Gibson, game director of Diablo 4: Vessel of
decent
Wailing
amount.
around.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Hello, Gamescom.
Well, yeah, especially when you like
The
invest
team and I are so proud
a
that
lot of
Diablo
time
4 is
and,
the
you
type
know,
of game that has
energy
something
into
for all gamers.
the lore,
And
the
in
game,
Vessel
and
of
everything
Hatred,
else.
it's no exception. We are hard at work at adding new ways to
True.
play and new ways
Yeah.
to grow in power. Like mercenaries. Ordinary people with extraordinary skills that you can hire to fight alongside you in your battle against hell.
And they're trying
also
their
adding
hard,
the
their,
Kuros
their darndest to
Undercity,
bring new
an
stuff to the
all-new
games, but at the end, the
multi-layered
core
dungeon
game is
that
what
gives you the
pulls people
control
in
on
or
the
pulls
types of
people out,
challenges you're
right?
gonna
So
see, as well as
I don't
the
know if this
rewards
is gonna
you may
work.
get.
Well,
And
you
we
know,
also have the
Danny
Dark
got this
Citadel,
game as part
our
of the
brand new co-op
Game Pass,
PvE dungeon
and
that
the gameplay is
challenges
actually pretty
everything you
solid,
know
from what he
about
told me. The
combat in
gameplay is
Diablo
pretty
through a
solid.
gauntlet of
Um,
multiplayer puzzles
I
and
think his
mechanics.
main
We're
issues with the
talking
game
about
were
all
more
of
like
it right
tonally.
here at Gamescom. And so stay
And the
tuned if you
writing.
wanna
Oh my
see all
gosh,
the
the
things you're
writing in
gonna
Diablo
see
has
in
always
Vessel of
been
Hatred, launching October 8th.
something to
And I
behold.
hope to see every single one of you on the floor
Well,
all the way
I
through
mean,
the show. So thank you very
Diablo
much.
3 was,
See you on the floor.
you know, it had some voice acting, some
Thanks,
lines that
Brett.
were like,
All right,
you
now
know,
we're heading to the
but Diablo
hardcore
4 is
action
just,
role-playing world of
it,
the
it feels
first
a little bit
Berserker
disjointed
Kazan,
in terms
set
of
for
the progression of the
2025
story and
release. Intense
things
combat
like
meets
that.
breathtaking 3D cell animation in a brutal
But you know,
world
if
from
you
Nexon.
enjoy,
Coming to PC and
you know,
console,
looters,
let's witness the
top-down looters like
chaos
Diablo,
that
it's
awaits.
solid in that way. The game is very brown. It's very brown and very dark. They really wanted to go like very gritty and very dark.
Two wolves who defeated the beast.
Yeah, because on the third, it went like too cartoony. Like it looked a lot like Warcraft, right? So they went to Diablo 4, and it was like it has to go back into its gritty origins, and so they did.
Yeah, but it also like a lot of the writing and a lot of the plot. It's felt like very edgy teen type of thing. You know, so it's interesting.
Was betrayal.
Oh yeah.
What is this? First Berserker, I think that was the name.
Kazan or something like that. The First Berserker. This game is based
Oh, yeah,
on
Kazan.
the is based on the Dungeon Fighter IP. Dungeon Fighter was a online, a dungeon crawler kind of thing, and one of the classes is of course Berserker. So this is like, okay, now we're gonna do a very single-person, story-oriented game about the origins of these Berserkers, and that's as far as I know. Looks soulish enough.
This, yeah, soulish, but is it like a, you just go like a boss run? Like you just go boss after boss? Because I don't see any other type of gameplay.
Could be. I mean, well, you...
Like a rush mode, a boss rush mode?
Could be. Doesn't look bad. Graphics look good. Oh, close beta test, so it is going to be online.
I don't know, that whole, I don't know what the game is other than one-on-one fights.
Here.
And maybe that's all that is, but that's not enough.
Well,
At least not for me.
I find that some games, they do have minions and stuff, and then you get into the bosses, and then you say like, I didn't have to fight all those minions back there. You know,
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Why, you know? I'll just let me go into the boss. And then you have other boss rush games kind of thing that you play against the bosses, and you're like, I would like to have some little meat between bosses, so we can never have what we want.
You guys ever play? Did you guys ever play Titan Souls?
It's your world now.
Titan Souls, I don't think I did.
Sounds familiar.
It was like an over-the-top. It's kind of like a Souls-like game before Souls-like games were a thing. It's an over-the-top. It was maybe a PS3 during the PS3 time. And all it is, you only fight bosses. It's like Zelda, but just bosses. But you have to find out how to get to the boss. But there's nothing else to do. But it's amazing. It's such a great game.
Titan Souls, I'll have to look for it. Sounds familiar?
How old is the game?
Yeah, I'll take a quick look. And they released a game maybe a couple of years ago, but I forgot. Oh, they come to me. The game came out in 2015, so 9 years ago.
9 years ago, not that far.
Dark and Darker Mobile is now available for global pre-registration.
Mobile.
Now from NetEase Games, this next trailer is a new life simulation game where players can travel among super-powered worlds to craft their island.
And they're the same developer that made Death Door. That's a more recent game that came out 3 years ago.
That's the one with the little penguin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a penguin, but it's a black bird.
I'm always going to say it's a little penguin because penguins are cool. It is a penguin.
I love Death Door. It's one of my favorite games. Not all-time favorite, but it's definitely up there. Really enjoyed it.
Didn't finish it, but it was the stuff I did play was pretty cool. Oh, here you go, 90.
I'm not sure.
Well, it does have farming, I guess, but just farming doesn't make it, right? Too cutesy.
Cutesy.
It's way too cutesy for my taste.
I can't look nothing, but that man, yeah, this little. But I guess I'm there.
Rich.
It's coming out and everything.
There you go.
All right, we got another game to show you, which will take you on an epic global adventure. Indiana Jones.
Oh, there you go, Rich.
Circle.
This
Check
is all you.
Final.
This is all you.
What if I told you there was a connection between ancient cultures around the world? A great circle. Does it exist?
Who's in the Mole North?
That's
I think so, yes.
Should be.
I'm Troy Baker, and
oh, Troy Baker.
Troy
It's
Baker.
humbling playing a character that so many people, myself included, look up to. As a kid, seeing Indiana Jones in the theater for the first time was a defining moment for me. And I never would have guessed that all these years later, I would be the one wearing the hat. But here I am. It's been a dream come true.
Except that he's actually not wearing a hat.
For yourselves. The beauty of a first-person game like this is that
it's a little
we
dots in
all
the
get to
face.
feel what it's like to become
Yeah.
Indy. You are the one who cracks the whip, who feels the weight of every punch and the thrill of finding every clue. Indy is such a unique character. Professor, an archaeologist, a brawler, an explorer, the quintessential all-around adventure. And this game has everything you'd expect from an Indiana Jones adventure.
The only thing about this game, and again, not a deal breaker for me because it's machine games, just the animation, there's something off.
Danger where you've got to think on your feet to stay alive. The Great Circle spans the entire globe.
There's just something off about it, like very PS4.
Stunning, open
I don't know, like even that hand when it's holding the lighter, the arm just seems very rectangle-ish.
More than just the classic whip and
There's just something off, and I can't place my finger on it.
I was going to say that it feels like one of those first games where they tried to bring in melee fighting into first-person
view. And those details are
Look, even those shoulders, they
that hold the secret.
It's just weird. Something off about the design that just throws me off.
Strategy. This is an incredible new way to experience Indiana Jones, and I can't wait for you to play it. Hold on to your hat.
But it's machine game, so I'm okay with it. It's just, but it does throw me off a little bit.
World of mystery to explore, but you're
Why
probably
do you like machine games? What's the main game that you played from them?
Oh, Wolfenstein.
There you go.
Which has Nazis too.
Yeah, I was
December
thinking
9th,
the same thing. It's a punching Nazi games. You know what?
Yeah.
The Great Circle is coming out this December for
approve.
Xbox Game Pass and PC. But there is
So December
one
9th.
more thing that machine games and Bethesda
Which is
want to
interesting.
show
I mean, that's
you
kind of like the
Indiana
latest
Jones and the Great
date you can
Circle.
have before the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's this?
Like Black Friday is over,
The game's coming to
which is the
PlayStation
big
5 in spring
retail
of
thing.
2025. All right, before we wrap
So-
up,
Oh, look
we
at
do
that
have
coming to PlayStation 5.
one final
So
game
what? Was
announcement
it
for you.
an
Check
exclusive
this
or
out.
what?
So it's it says coming in the spring.
Thing of ours.
So it's a 3-month exclusivity to Xbox
It's a brotherhood.
at most.
Yeah.
No, I guess spring starts in March and ends in June, so it could be up to 6 months.
6
Up
months.
to 6 months.
And the sin do not exist among us.
Oh, what's this?
Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Oh, interesting. I bet this is yes, this is Mafia. Okay. Interesting because right now Mafia, the remake or remaster, well, it is a remake kind of thing.
I'm Nick Baines, president of Hangar 13.
It is on
What you just saw
Xbox
is the
Game
first
Pass
early
right now,
look at Mafia,
and
the
it's a
Game Pass
really
3.
good game.
a
It's an
thrilling
awesome game.
story set in 1900 Sicily during the origins of the Mafia. We're going back to the roots of what fans love about the Mafia franchise, crafting a deep, linear narrative with that classic mob movie feeling. Mafia's success is built on our players' passion for the franchise, and we're so proud to return to Mafia.
The third one
with the
was
old country.
crappy. The
We can't
second
wait
one
to
was
show you
okay,
more.
but the first one
Thanks
is an
for
awesome
watching.
game. Pretty much brings you into all the
That was a fun
how the mafias
surprise,
went
right?
to
All right, well, that is
to
a
the
wrap
States.
on opening night live from here in Cologne, Germany. And we hope to see you again this December, December 12th, when the Game Awards streams live everywhere for our 10th anniversary show. It is going to be a very special night as we give you a sense of where games are going in the next decade. We don't want to say much now, but trust me, it's going to be a very special show. All right, well, thanks again to my co-host, Shocks. Didn't she do a great job?
Did he say shots?
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was really great to be here.
Shocks, I
Everyone
think, with a
had
K.
an amazing time. And
Oh.
can I say something in German too?
Let's do it.
Don't want to show you up, but vielen Dank, ihr Lieben. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet eine super, super Zeit und viel Spaß auf der Gamescom.
Well done,
Alright.
German, as opposed to mine. I'm learning. All right. Thanks so much, Shocks. Thanks to everyone. Enjoy Gamescom. Have a great night.
And that's
Good
it.
night, Shocks and Jeff.
Alright.
All right.
So that was a long show. Show's finally over.
That was very long. My back is hurting.
Yes.
I'm an old man.
You and me both.
I'm too old for this shit. To quote Mordok from Lethal Weapon.
Yes, I'm too old for this shit. So, to end this night, I guess we can rejoin later on and talk about the highlights, but I can't really think of much because most of it we really knew of. I can probably think about 2 things, mostly.
I can think of 2. And one, Indiana Jones, but that's an easy one for me to remember. That is. But the second one is the scary farm simulator that Nighty pointed out. I think those 2 are my favorite things of the show.
That's mine too. The horror farming one, and of course just watching Terry in Street Fighter. But I already knew he was coming to the game, right? I just have never seen him in there. What about you, 90?
I did. I mean, several of them were. They looked pretty interesting. I appreciate that it was just very focused on the game's trailers.
Oh yeah.
It was just like we said we were going to kind of fast forward the fluff, right? And I think we just basically watched the whole thing, and there was barely any.
Any fluff?
Yeah, there was barely any fluff, and that's always, that's nice. Uh, but yeah, no, definitely that farming game. I think it was called We Harvest Shadows, was it?
Yes,
Yeah, we Harvest Shadows.
Yeah.
You're right.
Um, yeah, and there were several that caught my eye for sure to keep them in mind. Um because we're kind of working on well, we are working on a game right now. There were some games that seem really interesting because of the type of gameplay that they feature, where it's like, I want to see more of this just to kind of see where they're going with this type of gameplay. Um, and such. But yeah, I think that the games that are most interesting for me personally are the games that have like an interesting visual or art direction. It's like what we were discussing earlier about games starting to look samey after a certain benchmark of visual or graphics quality.
Yeah.
So I think that the games that really try to do something odd or different or wacky or uh, you know, just kind of break out the mold are the ones that kind of stay with you more. But then, there's been a lot of, I think I've seen like there's this a particular type of goofy humor that I've also seen a lot in games lately. And I think it's like kind of countering that samey, serious war game feel. And it's also, I'm not like super fond of it either. So I'm just I guess I'm just tough to please in that sense. I'm just yeah, I guess I no longer engage with you know game trailer shows the same way I did it than before, if that makes sense. I feel like a little bit more jaded, and then just the state of the industry right now, it's kind of difficult to be hyped, and then at the same time thinking like, oh my God, there's so many horrible things happening in the industry. And having that in the back of your mind, I think. So, but no, it was a great show. Um, very interesting games, I think. Some more than others, but it's like what they say, there's no perfect pasta sauce. There's just pasta sauces. So there's, I think, something for everyone.
True.
I like
That's
that.
also good.
I think you made a wonderful point. Like we said, we were gonna fast forward through all the fluff. We didn't fast forward anything. I mean, there were maybe some introductions that we could have, but we were discussing other things, we're entertaining and analyzing, I guess, or reliving some memories that it didn't really matter. But yeah, I mean, it was focused. There's a lot of new things. I wasn't expecting so many things. There's one thing that just crossed my mind. I'm a little disappointed. They mentioned some games that they were going to cover. Doom was one of them. I don't think we saw anything on Doom, right?
Nope.
No. So, all right. It's all good. But yeah, I totally agree. It's hard to. You mentioned 90 that maybe we're hard to please, and that maybe we're a little jaded. I don't think we're jaded as much as there's so many options nowadays, right? Like there's so many things that you can play, so much that a game to feel special today has to be truly unique. Where before, I remember when I was a kid, like we would get a game like every one every 3 months or 6 months.
Yeah.
And there was a special occasion. Like even if it was a crappy game, it's like, holy crap, there's a new game coming.
Oh yeah,
So
birthdays and Christmas. That's when you got a new game on your hands, in your hands.
yeah, but not only that you got it because you were able to get one. I'm just saying there wasn't even that many games to go around.
Yeah.
They were not making that many games, right? Like they were. I don't know, Mel, how many games were in the Nintendo, for instance?
Oh, I
And
know
whatever that
there's.
number is, I bet you the PlayStation 4 has like 10 times more of that.
I don't know about that. There were a shit ton of games in Nintendo, but the thing here is that not that many came through,
Yeah, made
especially
it all
for
the
us.
way.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Especially us that we live in Mexico, right? So, being in
Mhm.
Mexico, it was really hard to get the game. So whenever
Yeah.
you could actually get a game, it was a special occasion, right?
Yeah, the distribution of physical media definitely was
That's true.
a thing.
And right now we have so many games that we have to handpick whatever we want to play right now, and we'll probably play something else tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So, in order to get a game that actually grips us enough to keep us playing it until we finish it, it's harder every time, you know?
Yeah, completely agree.
I personally, I think I would prefer like bite-sized games. You know, like just play a game 5, 10 hours, and then have like a complete experience, a complete story told, and then just like hopefully if it's a good game, then you're still thinking about it after you're done with the game. And then there's some I think they call it lifestyle games, which are just games that you just keep going back to over and over. And those are the
Mm-hmm.
games you play as a habit and this, kind of like what you do in your daily life. Like you could say,
Comfort food.
um, yeah,
Your comfort zone,
exactly.
yeah, your comfort zone or
Comfort
your
zone.
yeah.
So
Even and I remember. Did you guys play Red Dead Redemption, the first one?
Yes.
no.
Oh yes.
You should give it a try. But it's an even although it's an open world and the map was pretty big for that time, it wasn't a long game, really. Like you could finish that fairly quick.
Like
And I remember when
25-ish hours.
I don't think it's even 20 now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's much lower than that. I think it's just it has such great moments that in our mind, we have padded how long it is because it's so great. But I think part of it is exactly what Nighty mentioned. It's compact. It leaves a story and it makes you think when you're done. I remember I couldn't sleep that night, and I don't want to ruin it for you, Nighty, because the
Oh,
ending is amazing.
great
But
ending. One of
but
the
I
best.
couldn't sleep that night uh, after what happened, what transpired, and I won't go into any details whatsoever in case you play it.
Yeah.
Especially, I think it's coming to PC soon. There's a lot of rumors and there's been some leaks that it's coming to PC. That ending, it's something else.
Yes.
Yeah, I think uh other another game or a couple of games that I think fall into this category, for example, would be BioShock.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Oh yeah.
it's decently linear. You do get upgrades, you do feel that progression, and then you're done, you're like, wow, my mind is blown, and then you go on about and you're not a BioShock player. Like you've played BioShock, you enjoy BioShock, but you're not a concurrent BioShock player. Unless you put it up and replay it for funsies, which is also fine. But yeah, I think those are the kind of games that I would prefer to play. For example, in terms of the farming games, like I will give them a shot. But the thing with farming games is that um, they many times they're made or engineered in a way that it's something where you're meant to spend time in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're padded.
Yeah, and
Yes.
it's part of the cozy experience and so on. But I think you can only be juggling so many cozy games at the same time, I think. Like we said, time is limited. So
Yeah.
I usually just check them out and then just stick to like the one I like, which is Stardew Valley. Honestly, like flawless. I have like 700 hours in that game.
Jesus.
In just like Steam alone, I think. Let me check. No, I don't have. I think it's 700 altogether with
Oh, cow.
the Switch.
The Switch.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
mean,
lot.
Oh, I
I think
have
it is.
814 hours on Steam, plus however many hours I played on Switch.
You might be close to 1,000 then.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Wow.
more or
I
less.
never played that much
But
Monster
I
Hunter.
think that that is the padding on video games is not just in pharmacy. Like I see it all over the place where you can feel the pad just so the player can play a few more hours and not say that the game is short and they don't and now it's less an issue now, but they used to do it so people wouldn't trade the game, right? And that way the publisher wouldn't lose on sales because when a traded game gets sold, they don't get anything. So they wanted people to keep the game as long as possible. But those habits kind of stayed, and there's a lot of games like Last of Us Part 2. That's extremely padded for I don't know why. I don't know why would you want a game like The
Yes,
Last
I
of Us to
agree.
last that long.
I think that a lot of times they're trying to justify like the $60, $70
Yeah.
price point that they're trying to make like a standard now. And I don't think it's necessary. I think that if a game is good and well made and there's very generous games, but I don't like feeling um joshed around. Like, oh, you have to go here, and then you get there, and oh, you didn't have the key. You need to look for the key, and then you go back. And like having you go back and forth the map is not something that I would call an enriching
Fun.
experience, like something that I want to be doing in a game.
So no
Um,
Metroidvanias.
well, no, that's a different thing because it's a very different genre. Let's say a humongously large open world, and then there's nothing to do in it
Mm-hmm. Oh,
except
Breath of the
having
Wild.
the quest markers all over, and then you have to walk around and then go over there, and then oh well, you have to gather the thing and talk to the guy, and the guy's over there, and then you have to go over there, and then there's not much happening in the in betweens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the type of things that I take most issue with, and I'm saying this like I am 100% thinking about Borderlands again, because
Yes.
that's like a game where they do that a lot, I think. Um, and that was the first game that I played after playing like I guess like more I guess I'll call them classic RPGs like from Nintendo, where you would want to check every jar, talk to every person, exhaust the dialogue, and then
Yeah.
back in the days when we had more time. And I started doing that in Borderlands, and then I noticed that it didn't matter if I stopped and checked every single drawer and little thing I could find, because the story would take me back there again.
No
I don't
matter
know how to
what.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would find let's say a radio tower, and I would be there and I'd check everything. Like, is there anything important here? And then oh well, there's nothing. I completely swiped the place, and then I get to the quest marker where I'm supposed to go, and then they go like, oh, I think you need to turn on the radio tower. You have to go find the radio. And it's like, I've been there. I was there for like an hour looking for something important to do. Um, so it's this thing where, you know what, I'll just go to the quest marker because I know that they're going to be, sending me around doing random stuff around the map. So there's really no use in me exploring by myself because there's no reward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
As
and a lot of
opposed
games
to,
have turned into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that Zelda did that. Like they really nailed it very well in the sense that wherever you, like whatever rock you turn, there's something underneath, even if it's just like a tiny korok seed or a little rupee or something, but your curiosity and your exploration gets rewarded.
Well,
But a lot of
especially
games are.
yeah, especially Tears of the Kingdom for sure. I think Breath of the
Mm.
Wild they were still kind of fine-tuning that. I
Mm.
did spend a lot of time in areas that in Breath that I thought I think I overdid it for sure. But not in Tears. Tears, I think there was always a surprise. Always a surprise no matter what.
I'm gonna tell you the one game that did the padding so much that I quit. That will probably be Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh.
Odyssey had so much padding that I did like I don't know probably like 100 hours, and then I checked the percentage of the game. I was like, ah, you're just like a 32% complete. What? And it's all like you said. Just go check the map, look at the question mark, go to the question mark. Hey, here's another mission of stealing this or killing that or doing whatever, and it got too repetitive on that sense, and I had to quit. too much padding.
Yeah.
But it, worse than being a padding that brings you back into some zone, like you said, it is padding of a world that you really don't invest yourself in. It's not really that great as a world in itself. There's only a few places that you might go and say, "Hey, this looks awesome," right? This is a great place to be. Now, not in this one. Very little moments like those. So, the world is totally written with missions to do, but they don't really give you nothing to make
They
you
don't
feel
contribute
special.
to the overall story, I guess.
Experience.
Experience. And I think something more insidious happens with that game in particular because I didn't play it, but if I remember correctly, there were some uh, purchases that would kind of speed up your experience gain and things like that. Or is it,
Mhm.
am I mistaken?
Yeah, there should be.
So yeah, I think it all ties together, and that's the one thing that's very commonly discussed. Like if like why would I want to pay extra to play your game faster? Like, does
Mhm.
that mean it's a bad game? Does that mean like I want to be over
As soon as possible.
over with it as soon as possible? And I guess that's the thing. I don't think that that should be considered as a feature. Like, oh, you're paying to, you know, get this, you know, finish the
It's
game
faster.
faster. It's like, that's not something that you would
Yeah,
want your players to want.
it's counterintuitive to game this. Yeah, it's counterintuitive to game design, right? You're designing this whole world so people can experience it, and you're like, oh, here's a shortcut, so you don't have to do all this.
Yeah, but it
But
costs
yet
money.
again, yeah, and it costs money. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
But then again, and then you make this humongous world that is too big with too much things to do because you don't want people reselling your game back. So you're making, and I understand, like you have to make business decisions. I get it. But when it hurts the gameplay and the experience, you're at the end of the day, you're just hurting your franchise. And even though you may make a few more cents or dollars, in the long run, it's gonna hurt you. So, but a lot of people think short term.
You know, the big issue with that is that a lot of companies, especially the AAA ones, that need to get all the money in the world, otherwise they're crappy games on their scope. They're always trying to do something to see how much can they push their player base to the limit before they say screw this, you know. So
And
if it's not a battle pass, it's a DLC, it's a something to try and monetize, but they push just enough for the players to say this is enough, or I'll just keep playing. But damn, this is bad business, you know.
Well, I stopped playing sport games because of that. And I used to love NBA 2K.
Mm-hmm.
And FIFA was okay. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it a lot. And friends of mine would like it, so that was fine. But then they just started monetizing left and right, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna support this. Like, this is insane. You're charging me $60, $70, and then you want to charge me for like little stupid things. Like, I'm done.
yeah, it's just very predatory.
Yeah, predatory is the right
Yeah,
word.
that's
Yes.
the right word. And that's the issue with today's economy and industry, right? Right now, like I said, if a game that cost, I don't know, I'm gonna make up a number, but 5 millions, it costs 5 millions for production, and the game turns out to deliver back in revenue at 20 million. Hey, guess what? It's a failure. It's a failure because the company did not get as much as they were trying to get, right?
Well, the
They
the
And
expectations are different. That's yeah. Go
I
ahead,
exactly.
think
Heidi.
it's funnier to see that that you're talking about in games where they have reached critical mass. Like games that are
Yeah.
so popular, there's no way the game is going to flop realistically. Like it's such a big franchise, such a big IP, such a big studio that you're even with people boycotting or even with people saying no, I'm not playing this, this is unacceptable, blah blah, like you there are games that have reached that point where it's going to sell no matter what. But if you're always expecting the utmost profit every single time line go up, it will just get to a point where that's just not attainable.
Yeah, that's true. And that's when they try to figure other ways to get more money from
More
their current base
sinister
player, right?
ways.
Yeah, and more sinister ways because they can't, like, they got to critical mass and that's it. You can't grow too much after that, and that's when you start seeing all the other things,
Mhm.
which is very unfortunate.
Which is why sometimes, like you said, tidbit games might be the best option. Maybe don't spend as much money making a huge game, but to spend enough money to give it a good production value and something to be able to play, like you said, maybe 10, 20 hours the most, and jump into the next. They might be selling more volume instead of big huge AAA franchises with all this predatory
You know what I
models and
don't
stuff.
understand, especially with open games, is and I think I mentioned this to you, Mel, like Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk 2, I don't need a new map. Give me the same map with new missions and just like maybe some progression. Let's call it, what's the name of the city?
Night City.
Night City. Just like use the same map, but 10 years later, if that makes sense. Or 10 years before, where there's enough change that the map feels different, but still like you have the same assets, and it wouldn't cost you that much to remake, to make Cyberpunk 2 or a
A
prequel to
prequel.
that with the same map.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then you have all the, now you have buildings that you can enter that you couldn't do before. Or where it was a shopping center, now it's, I don't know, something else because it got destroyed and exploded. Just enough changes to make it unique. And you don't have to charge the $70, right? You can make it like the movie 50. And it'll cost you like half of the money that it cost you the first one. I don't understand the necessity to always have a new map. Insomniac. I mean, there's 3 Spider-Man games with the same map, and they didn't make any changes to it. I hope they make bigger changes on the next one. And yet again, they just sell, and they're fun, right? So I don't. It's hard for me. The Yakuza games, for instance, they primarily use the same territory, right?
Yes.
But that's the perfect example.
Camarucho.
So I wish they stopped. Not all the games, obviously, but they used to be where you have the low budget games, the medium budget games, the AAA games, and now they all try to be AAA. It very few are the B or the low budget games.
And funny enough, the lower games, like not that triple or even double A games, they're getting a lot more attention because they propose some new mechanics or some neat thing that probably is not shown on AAA games, right? And they go up to the moon, and then they get bought by bigger companies because hey, this thing is a success with low effort, low money cost. So we're gonna buy them and we're gonna exploit this to the extreme. And
then shut down the studio.
yes, if they're not that lucky, shut down the studio. If they're lucky enough, however, to keep on working, then starts all the crunching, the work crunching and stuff, and at the end they bring in this product that you say that I didn't play the original one because it was a triple fucking A game. I played it because it had some fun stuff, and now that it's been exploited by the bigger company, they're trying to make it again AAA game and try to gain 10 times whatever the original did. So
When you lose focus, that's what it is, right? And then, and the funny thing is, and we talk about this, Mel, right? We said a lot of people think when a smaller company gets bought by a bigger company, they're going to be safe, right? Oh, now Microsoft owns them. There's no way they're going to do layoff. There's no way
Tango
this is
is
going to happen.
safe.
Now they're going to be able to do whatever they want. But what happens is the expectations are different, right? If you were a small company that sold 2 million copies, now you're competing with Halo. Now you're competing with Forza internally, I mean, like for resources, right? When Microsoft's going to think, who am I going to give money? Am I going to get money to the little company that sold 2 million copies, or I'm going to give money to Forza, who's going to sell 50 million copies, right? And now those small, and I think that's what a lot of companies are realizing now. It's like, they think when they get bought they're gonna be safe, but no, man. Now you're actually competing with bigger fish, and if you want money for your game, you're gonna have to start selling. And if you don't make a plan where your game is gonna be unique enough that 2 million copies were successful, now you have to make it 10 because now if you want money, you're competing with now with your new brothers and sisters, Halo and Force and whatever. The expectations are different, and that's why I think you see a lot of these studios that were bought by bigger companies being shut down because they just can't compete, right? If I'm gonna where I'm gonna put my money, I'm gonna put it on Forza, or I'm gonna put it to this unknown company that had one hit. It's gonna go to Forza.
And it
It's
was
gonna go.
and it was probably a great hit, and it probably did a millions over millions because that one game had that one gimmick that everyone liked. But at the end, when it comes, like you said, to go against your brother productions or brother studios or brother games or franchises, they cannot compete.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Well, we've been here 2 hours and 15 minutes, so we're pretty much
I think we should call it a
surrounded in
night.
3 hours. So, closing comments on my end. Like I said, there were two things that particularly caught my interest, but of those two things, well, three things actually. But of those three things, at least one of them I already knew, that it was coming. I just saw a brand new trailer for it. The show itself, like you said, 90, it was run tight, which is good. And other than that, they went straight into the games, so that's a plus, and that's always appreciated. So it was okay. It was okay as an event. It was okay. It was nice. It was cool. Whatever they had to present for me, it was 6 out of 10, maybe.
7, so average around 8-ish.
8-ish. 90.
90.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. It was a good show. I think it's, straight to the point. I think that all of the games were, they were presented. Like, I might have not been personally interested in all of the games, but I think that they did a good, solid showcase, for sure. But yeah, there are some things that have been added to my radar, for sure, that I'll be keeping an eye out on. And I'm intrigued about the Borderlands 4 little
Oh
teaser.
yes.
Yeah. I noted that it's very tonally different to the usual wacky, in your face type of humor that Borderlands usually has. I think it's just because I need to do like a quick tease and that's it. But it was interesting to see that they were trying to play like to the more serious side of the story and, you know, vibe of the game. But we'll see. We'll see. There were some interesting ones
It's
in
funny
there.
because I was
Yeah.
about to say I wouldn't take it too seriously, the tone, because I think they just put a quick trailer together,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to come out next year, so they should have a pretty good idea what this game is. So you would think they that in consideration for the trailer, but who knows right now?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows if they had planned this like, oh, after the success of the movie, surely this is going to be well received. Like, how long ago was this
We're
put
gonna talk
together?
about this for the next month.
Yeah, because it was really weird. Like, I was telling Mel that last time that Randy Pitchford had like a weird Twitter meltdown when there was like
Oh, yeah.
criticism of the movie coming out, and then he mass blocked a bunch of people that were criticizing the game, including some of the biggest content creators of his games. People that were actually like at the premiere. Um, and then after that, he was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I'm just a guy. I'm just a person. I didn't mean to block them." Anyway, we have some interesting things coming. Something for you, and then like the number 4 spelled. It's like, Randy, come on. Yeah, but that was interesting. You will see.
That's funny.
Yeah, like I did play a bunch of Borderlands 3 with Danny. We played all of the DLC that came included with the pre-order, I think, that we did. And then we also got, like, we purchased the Arms Race DLC, which wasn't that expensive, but we did get like that little game mode that they added. So like we did play enough of it, but we were very unhappy with
3,
the story and a lot of other things. But yeah, well, I think that's the one that I'm of the bigger titles, I guess, that I've been most interested in seeing where it goes.
All right.
All right.
Well, it's time to
thank
land
you for
this
having
ship.
me, guys.
Oh, anytime.
No, thank you for joining us.
Yes, if you want to be on every transmission, you are more than welcome.
That's very sweet.
And,
thank you.
It won't be this long. Well,
No, it
we
won't be
said
this
that
long.
in the past, and then we
Yes.
end up doing. But maybe you can keep us honest, Nighty.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like, hey guys, time to wrap it
Hey
up.
guys, come on. You guys said it was gonna be an hour and a half. Time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Richard, you're talking too much about Indiana Jones. Well, cut it off on Marines.
Yes.
Oh no, I am a massive rambler, so I'm not a good fit in that sense. But yeah, thanks guys. It was an interesting show. Yeah, I got some things in my notepad written down that I want to check out from the trailers we thought saw.
Awesome. Then let's talk about that on the next run. In the meantime, yes, it was a big long show, so usually it won't be this long. But yeah, it's time to land this ship. And first of all, I want to say thank you to both of you for joining into the show, and hopefully we'll have many more runs to go. And yeah, other than that, I would like to say thank you also to everyone who's going to be listening to this. I didn't see anyone on the chat, so hopefully someone will listen to it later on or just look at it in YouTube. In the meantime, like I've always said, keep on gaming, so keep on gaming, and we'll see you on the next one. Rich, your turn to say goodbye.
Thank you so much, Nighty. It was a pleasure having you. Hopefully you join us again. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Keep on gaming.
Lady?
That's right. Yep. Good day or good night, everyone.
Okay. It's time to wrap it up, and that would be a